Muted. Apologies to Beth Ann, by the way. She sent me a song forever ago. And by forever ago, I mean like 12 hours. But when the world we live in now is like, you didn't reply to me in 15 minutes? Why are you ignoring me? It's like, I'm doing laundry. But no, she sent me a song forever ago because I sent her that Pennywise song, which is stuck in my head and makes me feel like I'm going to hell for liking it. So apologies to her because I ain't listened to the song she sent me yet. I love you though. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. But that song is stuck in my head like a song right now. And I'm assuming we'll see if Hakeem hops on. But I think I'm gonna have a suggestion for Hakeem when he does hop on the stream. But anyway, today, one is hot as hell in here still. Boy. Hot as hell. All my tanks are in the laundry right now. So and I'm not gonna wear like basketball clothes on her. So I got my modified Mario Kart. Super Mario Brothers. Wait, no, I had a Mario Kart one though, right? Yeah. Anyway, and I have two Naruto shirts, which makes me feel like a fraud because I don't like that series. Or I never finished it, I should say, just not too boring for me to keep going through it. Anyway, so let's get it popping. I finally, and by finally, it's not like it's been that long. I got my actual videos ready for doing the Elizabeth guide. I did not get the videos ready for the Diana King guide because I was talking to someone on the phone. Not talking, but we were messaging because I'm gonna have my first date in like 7 months. What? Yay. Anyway, so yeah, I got distracted. It is what it is. But me and this have been talking for a minute, not that long, and finally decided to like go out when she comes back. So forgive, but Seven Deadly Sins took a backseat for a night. Anyway, and not even the whole night, just a good part of the night. Anyway, so outside of that nonsense, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the Elizabeth guide. It's going to start off with her. It's going to start off with the weapons as I typically do, just going back through things, reading through the kits, and understanding it all again. I hope the fan, let me be quiet for a sec. Yeah, the fan isn't picking up on the microphone. Somebody else gets on, then I'll check with them. But the fan does not appear to be hopping on the microphone, so I think we're good to go. Let me transition to this real quick. I'm not going to hop into it immediately, but I'm about to get it started pretty soon. Thanks for those. I just made like 10 of these yesterday. Tempted to also, I think I'm just going to go ahead and run Pet Expedition. I haven't gotten any new pets. Oh, and that was one of the things I was waiting on. I needed to get some more of that Olympian, whatever it's called, stuff, so I could upgrade the next. What's up, MD? Long time. Where you been at? I know where I've been. I know you about to say, no, where have you been? I have been like inconsistent and MIA for a lot of stuff. But good to see you. So basically, wait, we have a new event story. The Day of Mischief begins. They're giving us a good amount of events to like, get some resources. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So how have you been, MD? What is new with you? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check all the daily stuff basically, and then I'm gonna go to. I'm not gonna do this event right now. I'll do that when I get home from basketball. do the Elizabeth guide. I'll do the event tonight. Diane, King videos for their kits and not kits, but their rotations and how they work. Then I have a problem. I don't know. I want to do the Ulquiorra. I always say his name wrong, but he's one of my favorites. Oh, headed to work. Yes, EST. So every now and then I'll see that you streamed a bit earlier for me. Okay, well, head to work. Have fun at work. Hopefully you don't have to work that hard and you still get paid. At least for the day. At least for the day, right? So I want to do the Bleach Soul Resonance. Espada number 4, I think is what he is. Anyway, I'll do that tomorrow because I still haven't gotten his weapon stamp. I'm gonna probably make a push for that tonight since I haven't touched it since reset. I'm gonna try to do a push for that tonight, have that bleach stuff tomorrow. And then hopefully I can't believe I'm gonna say hopefully for Creepy Dude, but then hopefully sometimes next week I'll get Creepy Dude and then we can push on from there. But as far as today is concerned, it's going to be Elizabeth. Maybe I'll even record some of the Diane rotations now. I'll need my tablet for that, which is, of course, not here. And then I'll try to record the King rotations tonight. So I'm going to run my pet expedition. This camera I got to buy a new camera. Well, we'll see once the YouTube channel is registered as a company. Guess who's getting new stuff? Anyway, new stuff to support my business, my side hustle. Anyway, so now is Elizabeth. I have a good amount of time. I do not need to actually get offline unless I get a call. I do not actually need to get offline for 3 hours. So I can get a good amount of work done. That's the plan. That's how I treat it. I think I can get a good amount of work done today on the streaming stuff. Let me turn off my GPS. Why is that up? Damn phone. So yeah, hopefully I can maybe that'll be the plan. I'll get some Diane work done. Go ahead and film the guide for the 4 guides for Elizabeth, and then do the King rotation if I'm still if I'm not completely busted. Do it after basketball tonight. I think that's the plan. And then tonight and tomorrow, off stream, we'll be prepping for Bleach Soul Resonance and Ulquiorra guide for tomorrow. So that will be the idea. I think so. Why am I hesitant? Okay. So let's get to it. Missions. What missions? I don't even know what we're supposed to do. Log in. That works. What are you? Random avatar chest. A special chest containing one of many avatars. You can randomly obtain one of the various avatars inside. What are Aang? What are avatars? Aang! God, Katara every 30 seconds. Aang! Chill out. All right, so we have avatars in the game. If other players' projectiles are not visible in the magic pop mini game. Okay, so I'm not reading this because this thing is moving slow as hell. Let's go here. So did I ever get this? No. So there's other daily. I'm almost done with this, and I do appreciate this. Every time there's a login or every time there's one of these things, we get 100 star fragments. I think it's the floating cat that follows us. Point. Yeah, I think that is what that's called when you can change the skin on that thing. Well, we can just go to him and see the growing book of stars. That is, always there. So let's back out a little bit. Where do you change? I think it's book of stars where you change that, right? Yeah, avatar. Oh, so I need to go to the chest. It's funny. Didn't even. Oh, look at that cutie. Didn't even. Nope. 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 Am I wrong if I don't want any of these avatars? They all look a little bit like cheap chibi to me. I don't. No. All of them just got. Okay, that's just. that makes me uncomfortable, and I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but it does make me uncomfortable. Like genuinely, that one makes me just as uncomfortable. Okay, so all of the adult forms of them put into like chibi forms, and then kind of half naked, it makes me very uncomfortable. So not a fan. Gother's in here as an avatar. He didn't even have character. That one's cute. I could rock with Diane. Not half. This one. I can't say what I was gonna say because that would be problematic. Um, okay. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if that's what you want, cool. Well, actually, Escanor does in adult form too, though. It seems like both way, like either way, it's you know the one with no shirt on and everything else. As one guy who likes to run around with no shirt on, I was it's still kind of like, you trying to attract something? You trying to get some attention? Take it as a guy who does that because he wants attention. You. It's okay. Nothing wrong with trying to get it, but we see your game plan. We know where you at. We see your game plan. We know. Yeah, it's 2026. Hey, I'm not judging it. I'm saying in the little children shaped form, it makes me a little uncomfortable. That's all. That's all. That's all. Escanor, you want to run around with your shirt off, trying to attract some attention? That's cool. That's cool. I mean, hell, you work out for a reason, right? You do all that exercise, get your body in good shape. You don't eat any kind of sweets and all of this stuff. You get yourself like shaped up. Yeah, you want to show it off. So go ahead and show it off. Go do you. It's just the children's form of it that's like, I'm gonna need you to not just, mm, you know, you know, you know, slightly uncomfortable. Anyway, let me stop. I gotta stop because okay, yeah. I'm in a slightly uncomfortable mood because, and I don't know if you've seen it, but they have that Pennywise, and I can't stop mentioning it. They have that Pennywise rap music video, which Dallas XY, that is amazing. I know it's like written lyrics and then AI videos, and we can have a whole discussion about AI later. Genuinely, really, really good. Genuinely, really, really good, and it's stuck in my head, but it makes me uncomfortable because like I don't like horror movies. I've never seen it, and then the entire subject matter is like that dude eats children, but the song knocks, but all he's doing is taunting the children that he's eating, and it's like, yo, yo, this is Joe. Oh, this makes me feel like a bad person for liking it, and I probably am. Anyway, is what it is. It is what it is. Does it need to be what it is? I don't think so, but it is. So it is what it is. All right. So let's go down to the Hawk Pass real quick. Dun, da, 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 da. See, stuck in my head. Okay. Keeping it up, but they still call me Penny. All about my cheese. Why you think I live in Derry? I have that song. I listened to that song. I have listened to that song an unhealthy number of times. Shout out to that commenter. I can't remember. I was trying to think of who the commenter was who said that, but facts. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna run the expedition. I'm not really like amending it now because I really don't feel like it. And I don't have any new pets. The only thing I'm really worried about is getting that ore so I can go ahead and level up Elizabeth's weapon, one of them. I think the one I want to level up is the staff. Because quiet is kept, as much as I love her grimoire, because of the characters I have now, I genuinely love the Earth team. The problem with the Earth team is actually they don't have a damage dealer for real. Like, no. Well, no. Reverse that. Reverse that. I'm sorry. That's the problem with the Wind team. The Earth team doesn't have a problem. You have some heal from Elizabeth for that recovery thing that can trigger in her passive. You have barrier from Elaine. You have King setting up buffs. You have Elizabeth is an amazing burst builder, like amazing. And then Diane comes in and does some damage. Is she the best? No, but she does okay. She does okay. And I'm still not able to find my notebook. Still not able to find the notebook. Hey. Mava fong. I don't know if I can say that because that's like a terrible thing to say in Italian. I don't know if YouTube's gonna flag me. Give me 5 seconds. Okie dokie. Here we go. So now I got my notebook. That's straight. And then I got my tablet so I can do the Diane, at least the videos for that. I don't think I'll be able to do the full guide. And plus, last time I think it was it Merlin? I tried to do, oh no, it was for the pets guide. When you're trying to capture the pets, my keys are here. It's for when you're trying to capture the pets. I ended up, using the videos on PlayStation. I don't like how that went. It was too awkward going back and forth. I'm going to set up VLC and a window for that. This feels weird. Or maybe that's, it looks like it's fuzzy and out of focus. I don't like that. Really need a new camera, but don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. Your boy's happy. All right, so I be doing stand up while you can't stand up. That song is stuck in my head. All right, so let's go ahead and run this pet expedition right fast. This camera really is not having a good day. Or maybe it's just me and the graphics that I'm seeing. But it does look like tremendously out of focus. Much better, I guess. A lot less better right there. Is what it is. Okay, so basically, let's go ahead and run this expedition. I think I did already, right? No, I didn't. Do that now. Should have the resources from that to go ahead and level up the earth weapon, whichever that one is, staff or wand, for Elizabeth. I think that based on what I've done so far, this is not correct. Based on what I've done so far, if I'm going to recommend like a team and it's just not Meliodas centric, it's going to be Earth. I like Earth the most. Cold team is awesome. I do like it, but that's mostly because of Merlin. Merlin is awesome. The wind team is severely lacking. Clotho, as much as I love her, as a damage dealer, she's so limited. And she has to be the primary damage dealer on that team because the lane can't do jack-ish. And then you end up with a mediocre burst builder, albeit I don't have Hauser leveled up. Or like really like taken care of in that scenario. So gotta be fair there. Let's go ahead and enhance you. See, still one, no, 3 shy from doing it the other way, but that's fine. We'll do this. Then I need more gold, so we'll go after some more gold to get that up to level 50. I'm gonna hope somehow I can fix this camera. Matter of fact, okay, let's see. That went there. And now, hey, there we go. We do that. We do that. All right. Seems like it got better. Cool. All right. So now that that's done, we can run one of these challenges or something, get a little bit more gold. I'm going to go ahead and beat the Bonacro, get myself to 10 pulls because it should be relatively easy right now. Do those 10 pulls, go into the full on Elizabeth guides. Bet. And now I start yawning. What's up? What's wrong with me? All right, so that gets pulled back. That gets pulled back. We go here to you. Them two things. And then the missions ain't a thing done with the missions. So we're gonna go to our Bonacro in the festival. Whatchamahoots. Why is it saying that there's? Doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll go to the menu or the events. Sorry. Wait, what? Did it already? Oh, yeah, there it is. I don't know why. I was about to lose my mind. Let's go over here. I really need to like. I need to listen to some like Summer Walker or something. I need to get this song out of my head. Oh, that's sweet. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and hit up. Now this team is set up as a primary team. I do still prefer Diane over Merlin. I think it could be maybe a wash if you take the concept of Diane versus Merlin, but I really do like Diane as the burst builder. So we're gonna go ahead and why is she okay? Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna say what I said before last time. We're gonna do this, do this. Diane comes through. Ah, what you doing? Okay. 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 Oh. Got him. Come on. Oh, and am I stuck in this dadgum bubble? Oh, I hate this part of it. All right. It's the first time I beat him, it seemed much easier than like than recently. I don't know why. The last couple days, it seems like he's just been a pain to beat. But anyway, don't matter. We're still gonna knock him down. Hey, come on now. You know, I hate this part. I hate this part. Oh, hate that part. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and get you in there. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do this. Come on now. Do 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 do. Ah, come on. Let's go. All right. Okay, so just trying to hit a little bit deeper into the first gauge, and then switch, recharge. Let's go. I hate you. Ugh. Now I wanted to have Elizabeth here so that if we take enough damage, I could pull out the heals and show you, but it ain't happening yet. Yo, can you stop with the waves? You know you're gonna die. Just accept it. Come on now. And now I'm back in that damn thing. Boo. Can I switch at least? That thing. I think go circle, triangle, R2. Bet. There we go, Diane. There we go. Hey. I wish I could just stay down till all that's over. It's just obnoxious to have that happen over and over again. Okay. All right, here we go. Almost there, almost there. Die, 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 die. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep. Okay. All right, there we go. Come on. Almost there. Just fall down. Damn, thank you. Now let's go and get here. Get those 100-star fragments, a little bit more of these. Then I can go to the shop and buy some more. I'm almost done buying all the stuff out of the shop. One sec. Let's make a coffee since I got these afternoon. Oh, I can't stand here because he's going to regenerate and then just murder me. So let's just go ahead and run you out of the paint. And of course I can't fly because why would you want to be able to fly to an island or from one? All right, so I'll be right back because I got that afternoon like coming up. So let me do that. All right, so let me make this coffee real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so it's gonna scream in a minute. All right, cool. So we should have. I think I'm just like 200 shy of it. Let's see, because I don't think I only have. Yeah, I only have 4. So to do a 10 pull, I need to have more, just a little bit more. So 260 more. I can get from my quick missions over her. I can get 140, right? So where's another 100 going to come from? Because right now I'm kind of stuck on stupid, where it's like I have to do 10 pulls now. Like I'm not going to repeat the whole thing again, but it's the only thing that works. It is the only thing that works. So we already took care of the Bonacro. We can go through and get all this mine stuff, but that can be a later problem, not a today, right now problem. I'll just grab what's on the way. And then I'll head back to Leonis. There's my coffee making noise. right, there we go. There we go. There we go. So now let's go ahead and get to that 10 pull, and then we can start the Elizabeth guy. Why is everybody coming over here around me? Get the away from me. I don't think I have anything. Oh, I did have stuff being crafted here because I was making potions. Just things you do when you're bored. Level up Elizabeth's earth weapon. It's a staff or a wand. It's one of them things. Up. She has taken a solid position on my roster over a lot of other characters. So yeah, it's the wand. We got to enhance that. This, and bam. Okay, let's go. Lego. So now this is level 50. And last but not least, we're going to need 3 more of these things. Whoa. We're going to need... Wait, what? Why am I... Oh, I'm on the Grimoire. So why is it... Okay, there it is. We need 3 more of these, and I can't farm or mine these from anywhere because I was stupid with the idea of what Pet Expedition actually was. All right, so if I can get 3 from pulls from one of those bags or whatever, which I really, really doubt. Yeah, I need to start making my coffee like that more often. Okay, so I don't know what that bell notification is. We're just gonna go here, snatch this up. Boom, 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 boom. So that's 20. Another 20 right there. Slowly but surely making our way up. There's nothing else here that I could do like fast. All right. Okay. Hour. All right. So we're gonna go to missions. We need to do a few more of these. So the dungeon is the thing I need to do real quick, and I'll have a chance at getting some of those Obsidian stones. So we will go to the gold dungeon, of course, because why would we want to mess with Gila? Ooh, tequila. Sorry, that was a cheesy dad joke, I know. Still missing like one thing. Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? What is it? Okay. Do I want to go through all the trouble of changing the team? Because there's a more like fun team for this, which should include Merlin and Daisy. I don't know what this team I was trying to build was. So then we can put you... I don't feel like going through all that mess. Oh, but it's also the chest, and he just bounces up and down all the damn time, and it's just obnoxious. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Daisy stays. You get switched out for drawing a blank, Merlin, for the time being. And then we will put Meliodas up in favor of... It really genuinely does not matter. Clotho. I think that's good enough. All right. All right, so here we go. Going back. Back. We're going to run in with Daisy. Yay, Daisy. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Then we're going to run in there with Merlin. And these are just orbs that follow the characters around. Let me go ahead and put that out there so they attack the decoy. Some of the smaller enemies hit burst early, but then when you drop that burst ultimate, it's going to hit everybody. So still good and useful. See what I mean? See what I mean? Boop. Boop. All right. Oh. Let's not forget the whole reason we went in there. Okay, so there's that. I can't buy any more seal stuff, right? Kiss from a rose on the way. Ooh, sorry. Stranger it feels, and yeah, now that your roses have bloomed. Sorry, I am an 80s baby, a 90s kid. Batman Forever, despite the flaws in that movie, had an awesome song. In the movie, you thought it was bad till you saw Batman and Robin, and then you were like, it wasn't that bad. Batman and Robin was a dumpster fire. It wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't Batman and Robin bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that. Let's see. You know what? I did it with the Earth team, and the Earth team, it was so difficult because, okay, the problem with the Earth team is that I don't have a healer, I have a barrier creator, which is cool, which is cool. However, Elizabeth's best thing is as a healer. She is incredible as a healer. So it feels like putting her anywhere else is like a waste of resources. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems so counterintuitive to anything that would be positive for you. And not anything, I'm being hyperbolic, but like I think you get my point. It is so good. She's so good. All right, so let's just go ahead and go into the Warden thing. I think I have to beat him like 2 or 3 more. Well, probably more than 2 or 3 more times. A couple more times in order to get ouch, my neck. In order to reach some kind of achievement. The other reason for going in there was what? I don't know. All right. All right, let's do this. I was doing stand up while you can't stand up. All right, sorry. I can't even sing the rest of those lyrics because it just feels like not in my spirit to say that. Oh man, it's okay. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop talking about it. Now theoretically, we can run Meliodas with Elizabeth, her having the Earth element so she can build the burst gauge as opposed to using Merlin. However, smart money is on the Grimoire. So she can heal. And where's the... Ooh. That ain't it. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's been 40 minutes. Ooh. Been a minute. So let's keep her with the Grimoire for now. Then we go into this boss challenge. I think I like what I have. Okay. I really need to find like some gum or something because I am struggling. Then again, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me smacking on gum on the microphone. Yeah. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go do that. Let's go do that right fast. All right. Man, oh man. If you can't tell, I'm tired. As I spoke about before, I told you the reasons why. That's the homie Monica. All right, so let's do this. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So, she's helping me with some German stuff. All right. Let's see. Now, we'll go in here and attack with my primary team being. Do I want that to be? Okay, well, here's the one issue that I have. Here's the issue that I have. We're going to switch all up. Because this might be my only OCD quality. I need them to be like in this kind of order for me to make sure my D-pad is like moving properly whenever I'm switching out characters. Question is, I prefer Diane as the sub burst builder, and when she can get in her groove, like when she's in her pocket, she's good. The thing with Merlin, though, is that it follows him. However, same time, I don't necessarily need that because I'm going to be using Daisy, and Daisy's flower is going to be stunning the Warden constantly. He can't take it. So, yeah, we run with this. Now we good. Okay, let's go. And I'm not really going to fight these enemies. I'm just trying to get in and get out. Okay, so let's go. So actually, that candy helped a little bit. Oh man, it's that like afternoon you had lunch, kind of like that tiredness you get right after when you're having to go back to work or whatever. You went to lunch at 12, then it hits about like 2 o'clock, 2:30, and you're like, why can't I keep my eyes open? That's where I'm at right now. I don't know why. I don't know why that's a thing, but I did stay up like not late, but probably later than I should, and I always wake up early no matter what time I go to sleep because I'm just weird that way. And now it's like, will you stop that, sir? You are supposed to be dying immediately. Let's go ahead and bring in our homie. We do this, and we do that. I think I did a rotation incorrectly anyway. So let's do that. Bang. You see how fast Elizabeth heals everybody. Like, she heals everybody, bro. Like, what is this? What is this? What, you think you got me? Nope. I am immortal, dog. Highlander style. Let's go. And then I'm gonna do this. Meliodas. There we go. Bang. Mike Breen. Bang. There we go. And yeah, you sit down. Stay down. Stay down, bro. This ain't what you want, kid. This ain't what you want, kid. Just sleep. Just go to sleep. It's okay. It's okay. It's past your bedtime anyway. Bang. Bang. Yeah, Daisy. Okay, so like the whole Daisy thing when she has like not heroes, but villains, bosses, whatever that she can take on when she's there. What's up, Prince? Everything is good. Okay, not everything, but like a lot of things are good. A lot of things are good. I'm in a good spirit today, feeling good. Don't know whether I should be or not, but you know, keeping it positive. How you feeling? How you doing? All right, so nothing special there. Wow, that candy is dangerous. That little bit of candy gave me a boost out this world. And I think these are even supposed to be the healthy ones. Damn. The hell? I'm gonna buy some more of these. No. Lord help me. All right. How's the heat treating me? I got a fan in the corner. That's how the heat's treating me. It's heat. Sorry. But mother is heat, bruh. Like I'll take it over the winter for real, but it is kicking my ass, and I can't lie to you. It has me struggling. It has me struggling. It has me considering going to church because if hell is like this, I got to be a better Christian. Like, mm-mm. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. This is not for me. I'm not trying to live toasty. I am versus the okay. I'm gonna come down a little bit because I like the heat over the cold. I really, really do. It's the Alabama in me, but damn it though. Damn it though. Can I get a nice moderate climate? Well, the European heat is nasty just because like we also don't do air conditioners over here. So I was talking to Hakeem about this the other day, and and my homegirl Beth Ann, I was talking to her about this too. Where like in Alabama, you have to have air conditioning, you have to have the power, or you will die. It is 40 plus degrees Celsius. In the summertime, you will die. You will die. The 35 in Europe, we don't have central air over here. Not like in the US. I could crank that thing down to 60 and be good. I'm messing up the environment, but like DMX said, I'm gonna pay one day, just not right now. Like it's terrible for the environment. It is. But if you don't want people to die, you need it. Over here, I'm in a very nice apartment. And maybe it's my fault for not figuring out how to get this air conditioner on after living here for a year. But like it just isn't a thing. I remember one summer, I was telling the homegirl Beth Ann this. I remember one summer, it was so hot. And I was telling my daughter this too. I was taking 2-liter bottles, I had 6 of them, filled them up with water, put them in the freezer, and then they were on a 2-bottle rotation. Pull it out. I'm sitting on them things. I'm just sitting there with the whole summer for like 6 weeks. For like 6 weeks. We had okay, I could tell this story. Y'all grown. Had a friendship with a young lady. We both young. We were not in relationships, but you know, we had needs. And so we were friendly in that way where we just gonna be, you know, bedroom buddies, right? She came over. She lived in like Solothurn, which you wouldn't know her name anyway. She lived like about an hour and a half away from me by train. She came over and we were like, we're not even going to do anything until it's like nighttime. Well, it's too hot. I don't even want you to be near me right now. You sit on that side of the couch. I'm going to sit on this side of the couch. No offense. I still find you attractive. You still find me attractive. Cool. But until this sun goes down and this heat calms down, don't touch me. Until this heat cools off, don't touch me. You stay right over there. No, sir. We're not doing it today. Literally. Yeah. So, and this reminds me of that. I think I said, it's horrible. Europe built their country for winter and just completely forgot about. Well, it's not even that. It's that these kinds of summers don't. It doesn't. To be fair, it does not make sense. It does not make sense when you. And the thing is, she wasn't even bigger too. She was right. Anyway, it doesn't make sense when this doesn't happen often. It's not hot like this often, right? This kind of heat wave, it was hot last summer, but not this kind of hot. And then when it does get this kind of hot, it's going to last for like 3-4 weeks. So to invest in a building like this, $500,000 to install central air, which I'm sure is probably more than that, but like to install central air conditioning, it doesn't make sense to have it be for a grand total of like 10 weeks out of 5 years where you really, really need it. Like last summer, it was hot. It was summertime, but it wasn't like this. So all I had to do was like open my windows and get some fresh air coming in. It's nice actually. Get some fresh air coming in. Make sure there's no food laying around so you don't end up with fruit flies overrunning your house. And you could. But like this, my daughter, and I'll tell this story to the end of time. My daughter, it's so hot. My daughter is 9, right? My daughter's 9. And I was like, let's go outside and get some ice cream. And she was like, no. You tell me the 9-year-old who's like, no to ice cream. You tell me the 9-year-old, she's like, no, it's too hot. We're staying inside. And I was like, sweet, we can just go outside real quick. I feel guilty. I feel like a bad dad because all you doing is in here watching Disney Plus and playing video games. Let's go outside and get some sun. She's like, no, it's too hot. It's too hot in here. I'm not going outside. That's what she was saying to me. Like she got very grown real fast. And I couldn't even be mad at her because she wasn't being disrespectful, but she was completely disobedient within her realm. She was, I know I love you, you my dad and everything. I'm not listening to you. And so then I go to like, she was. She was. And then I go to like open the window, be like, okay, well, let's get some air coming in. And you would have thought I opened the oven door, full blast, nothing but heat. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I closed it back. And this was like at 10 in the morning. The sun hadn't even got a chance to really be up like that. And I opened the window. I was like, let's get some air. And I was like, what did I do that for? Well, let's close this window. Like, I felt so bad for my baby. Like, she was going through it. She was going through it. I was trying to go out that night, or no, the night before. She was laying in bed, like on top of the covers, like sweating, watching Disney Plus. And I was like, are you okay? She was like, uh-huh. And I was like, you too hot? She's like, no, I'm fine. And I was like, you trying to be a good kid. I get it. I get it. But like, you clearly are not okay. And I had in my freezer those like ice packs you put on your ankle or your back if you hurt yourself, or you put them in the bottom of a cooler if you're trying to keep like drinks cold or whatever. I took one of those out. I wrapped like a dishcloth around it, a clean one. I ain't dirty. A clean dishcloth around it. And I put it, and I came in the room and I put it like right here. Pro tip, if you do not know this, anytime you're really, really hot, take whatever cold and put it right here on the back of your neck. I put it right there on the back of her neck. She's, oh, you better know? Yes. That was it. And then that was on rotation. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's an oven heat for real. And I told a friend of mine this at basketball, and I hate that I didn't do this. I wanted to take like an egg, a raw egg, and a camera, a video, like my phone, a camera. How old am I? Take my phone and then sit there and just go out to the middle of the street and crack that egg open and watch it cook and make an omelet, like for real. Cold showers definitely. Oh, I made her do that too. I did make her do that too. And she didn't have the idea, but when I told her, I was like, "So you want to go take a shower?" Because I have one of those like shower heads that does like the full rain down on top of you, like that hangs over you. And she was like, and it just does the whole, like, it has like a big, I'm doing it. It has like this big circle thing that just goes down. I was like, sweet, go in and take a shower. She's like, oh, that's a good idea. Took off. Took off. Ready to just be like, let me get in this shower. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I have her next week during the week because she's out of school. And so I think that might be it. Just be like, sweet, every time I know it's going to be, we got to be responsible, but you can pop in there. You can just keep your swimsuit on. You know what I'm saying? Keep your swimsuit on. You can sit on the couch on some towels. And then about every 3 or 4 hours, you can run into the shower and then just chill. Just go in there and chill for like 10 minutes. Dude in Netherlands fried an egg on his window. I'm saying. And that's Alabama heat. Alabama heat is like that. But you have air conditioning. Like one of the things I used to love to do is like in my grandma's car is we would have like chocolate chip cookies. Like you could buy like store bought. You can buy. Everybody can buy like chocolate chip cookies, right? What I would do is I would take those and I would intentionally leave them in my grandmother's car in the summertime because it would get so hot that by the time I would get back, they would be soft and the chocolate would be melty. So it felt more like oven baked cookies. I would let the sun bake the cookies in the car and then come back through. They were good and melty and gooey. They were really good. They were on point. But yeah. Yeah. Ain't got no time for this heat. My homeboy Damien. Or was it even Damien? Somebody had the absolute audacity to say like, hey, let's go outside and play basketball. If you do not get the hell out of my face, go outside and play basketball for who? They better have a contract waiting for me. I better get at least a 10-day contract with somebody. There better be six figures on that check that's coming through if I'm gonna go outside and play basketball, because I'm not doing it for free in this heat. No. And I don't know why. How much do you hate your wife and your kids that you out here playing basketball at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in this heat? That means you need to get divorced. I don't. Nope. No, sir. No, sir. Cars are the worst in the summer. Shout out all public transportation drivers for. They need a raise. I didn't even think about that, Prince. They need a mother raise. If you are driving a bus or a tram, especially in Switzerland when they got those like big ass like glass things that basically makes you a bug in a magnifying glass. If they need it, if you are driving any kind of public transportation, they need to pay you at least time and a half, if not double time, on every trip. And you get to take a break. 4 hours, you get a 30-minute break with some ice water, ice tub. Hop in the ice tub for a good 10 minutes, dry off, go and get back in there and drive a little bit more. We paying you double time. We're paying you double time because this don't make no damn sense. That is, you are right. I didn't even think about, my homie Marco. So we do go play basketball indoors, right? Because they're still indoors for the time. Well, no, it's still indoors. But anyway, we go play basketball indoors. And he invited me to his restaurant. He's like a manager at a chicken spot. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my daughter to the chicken spot, whatever. We'll go get something to eat. I've been telling him I'm gonna go to his restaurant for the longest. And cool dude, I really want to. You know what I mean? Just stuff gets caught up, right? So basically, my daughter is in that mode of I'm not leaving. And I was like, okay, cool. I see him and I'm like kind of apologizing, like, look, man, sorry. I said I was gonna come through with my daughter, but no, it's cool. And then I stopped. I was like, but y'all do fried chicken in there. What? What happened? Because if you're making fried chicken, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but like I said, I lived in Alabama, and one of my jobs as a teen was in a chicken finger joint. And when I tell you, you did not want to be in that damn kitchen in the summertime. They had a little box unit air conditioner in there, and it was like, mm, uh. And then being in Switzerland, where they don't really do air conditioning like that, you mean to tell me them boys were back there frying chicken in a kitchen in that heat? I'd have quit that day. And he was like, yeah, no, it was really, really bad, especially since like the only air circulation fan or whatever is in the front with the cash register and the people. In the back in the kitchen, all we could do was open the door, and that didn't help anything. And I was like, see, that I quit. What you mean? I'll just be homeless. I'm gonna go live under a bridge or live next to the lake and just dip in the lake. What's up, Spike? How you doing? Like I'm sorry, I'm not working in I'm not working in any kitchen in this kind of heat. Shout out, do what you got to do to make your living. But truth be told, if I got to work in a kitchen frying chicken in this heat, everybody's gonna be hungry. Y'all better go home and make a sandwich. Not today. Not today. I'm looking for something that'll give me 20 right fast. Not today. If you're coming to me for this chicken, it ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, Captain. Why? Why? Go feel that heat and then ask me that dumbass question again. I'll tell you why. You go step outside for 35 seconds and then come back in here and ask me that question again. If you try to make me work in this kitchen one more minute, I'm calling a labor lawyer and we're going to court. I better not lose my job either. These are unsafe and untenable working conditions. From Memphis and move to the UK. The UK heat is definitely far forth. It's because there's no relief. In Memphis, it's just like Alabama, Tennessee, Alabama, same ish deal. Where it is, if it's that hot, walk into that Walmart. Even if your power is down or your air conditioning is broken, you know where you can go? Walmart. Because Walmart is in up the environment with their industrial cooling system. Walk into the Walmart. Walk into that mall. When it was too hot, and we wanted to go do something, but we're not going to be outside, you go to the mall. Because the mall is ruining the environment with the air conditioning. But it's relief. In the UK and anywhere in Europe, you move around but there's no real, it's just slightly less hot. You go from like, oh, it's 38 outside, it's 32 inside. That ain't no break, and that fan ain't doing nothing but pushing this hot air. Y'all better start messing up this environment. Like, I'm joking, don't, but you get what I'm saying, right? I'm being funny. The environment is no joke. We don't take care of it the way we should. Same time, this heat don't play. And I think Mother Nature is like, I'm sick of these humans. I am sick of these humans starting pandemics and starting wars and messing up everything. So we gonna go ahead and just bake them. Bake every single one of them. They messing up our ozone anyway. So we just gonna get rid of the humans. We can start over from the dinosaurs. It's fine. I'ma still be around. That was a funny thing that somebody mentioned about Earth, which was when people talk about saving the planet, saving the planet, saving the planet, they really mean saving humans. Because this place can get nuclear hot and burn up all the humans, but then the Earth is going to readjust itself and go back to this in a couple million years. So this rock will still be here so long as that sun is still here, and life will regrow. It's just that we will be gone. We will die. The earth ain't gonna, like, if it gets too hot because of global warming and all that other stuff, we expire, we die. And then the other plants, they'll die, but the earth will still be there. And in 2 million years, stuff will come back. We'll be the ones gone. So anyway, I don't know. I think I just need to go hold my breath underwater for like 3.5 or 5.5 minutes. I can do my 10 pull, then we can get to Elizabeth. It's because it's using Freon to create that cooling effect, and that those chemicals being released into the air does damage to the ozone layer, especially at like the industrial air conditioners. Like, no joke this time, like the industrial air conditioners and stuff like that, they release tons and tons and tons of like chemicals into the air that does damage the ozone layer. So I'm saying all this stuff in jokes and stuff, but like, yeah, it does really mess up the environment. Yeah, it really, really does. Never eat that. Yeah. So anyway, if I have that right, yeah, it's the chemicals that are used to create that cooling effect to cool down the air when that is utilized. I don't want to say burned because I don't know exactly the process that it goes through to actually do it, but the freon that's used up into the atmosphere screws up the ozone layer, widens that hole in the ozone layer that's over the Antarctic, funnily enough. I don't know if funny is the word I should use, but yeah, that's how. Let me go back real quick and check this, and then I'm gonna read Spike's comment. I see it. I see it. I'm checking this event because I'm trying to see if I can find a quick route to. Nope, nope, nope. Unless I'm gonna burn 110 of these frags immediately. No, I think I'm just gonna have to hold my breath underwater. So let me go back to the achievements right fast and then check out that exploration thing. And then it will be yeah, I gotta hold my breath underwater for 7.5 minutes. So let me go ahead and go to the King's Forest. Okay. Yeah, Mother Nature doesn't need us. It survived mass extinction events, and we are insignificant in its. Yep, yep, yep. There was this whole like chart that showed the existence of humans since Homo sapien has become, well, I mean, the dominant predator in the environment, but not really since it's been dominant since like the inception of man. And it was like, and it was basically saying our time on Earth versus like a football field. If you took the entirety of how long Earth has been around, the period of, so a football field is 100 yards for you, y'all in the metric system. 100 meters is close enough. The amount of time that humans have actually been on the planet is equivalent to 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters out of the 100 meters or 100 yards. I need to double check that. Like, I'm trying to make sure I get it absolutely right, because I think it was like dinosaurs have only been around since like the 10-yard line or something like that, or like the 5-yard line or something like that. So like it's in that realm. Okay, so let's see. I worked at a fast casual burger place for 2 weeks when I was 18, 19. It was five guys at a mall that was just opening, didn't last 2 weeks. Summertime, right? Yep. Yep. You know what? Speaking of 2 week jobs, I was doing lawn care work. My friend's dad gave me a job doing like lawn treatment work. Unfortunately, it was during the summertime, and as much as I love that dude, I didn't care about our friendship enough to keep working that job. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna quit this job, and if you don't want to be my friend anymore because I let your dad down, then we just gonna have to not be friends. I mean, I love you. You cool. You good peoples. I'm not saying y'all. Thank you for the job, but I am too delicate for this. That is why, and this is going to be so bad and so politically incorrect, but I gotta say it. Whenever people say things along the lines of, and we'll just say immigrants to not like hone in on one culture, they're taking away jobs from Americans that want those jobs. I will be honest with you. I've seen, immigrants on those streets laying down tar in Alabama in that heat. I'm not doing that job. Let them do it. They ain't hurting nobody. Let them do it. I'm not doing that. I'm laying tar in Alabama in 40-degree heat during the summer. No, no. If they want to, they can have it. If they love their family that much, they can have it. I'd abandon my family. I'm going to get cigarettes. I'll never come back. Nope. Mm-mm. If they want to do it, let them do it. Let them do it. That ain't a job that Americans are trying to clamor for. And I get it. I'm being funny. I'm being funny. But like the determination and the dedication to your work and the dedication to you just like working, doing that job, nothing but respect because I know I can't do it. I know I can't do it. Oh my God, I couldn't. Laying down tar in the summer in Alabama, you gotta be different. You got to have a different kind of mindset and ability because ain't no way. Real talk, Five Guys doesn't play. They are very fast paced and busy constantly. That's a real tough first job. Respect to Five Guys employee. Truth be told, you know what? The jobs that don't get enough credit or don't get enough money, it sounds simple, but like gastronomy, like all of the fast food workers, food service workers, waiters. I'm not putting up with your bull because you want extra avocado on your thing and you want to catch an attitude with me because your husband said something about you needing to be on a diet before you got into the restaurant. No, 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 I'm not. The BS they put up with. Also, people not tipping. I've always said this straight up, and I still tip in Europe, even though they ask you, like not even ask you not to, but it's not a custom here. I still tip like an American because I know y'all are putting up with the nonsense of other people, and I thank you for your service and for helping me out. And I'm going to show that I respect you and your job by saying, here's an extra 5, 10, 15 bucks, whatever it is, right? I appreciate you. Because the way I was raised was, if you don't have money for a tip, you don't have money to eat out. If all you got is straight up the cash to pay for the meal, then you don't have enough money to eat out, period. So food service, all service jobs, those hard workers who are laying down tar and doing construction in the summertime, couldn't be me. They get all my respect. No lie. The hiring practice was to hire dozens of people for a small mall location. Hold up. Got to go back swimming. For a small mall location, throw as many people onto a shift as possible in a cramped kitchen filled with hot stoves and whatnot and see who sticks around. That just sounds like that just sounds inhumane, man. That just sounds inhumane. Why? Why? It's hard enough out here as it is. Why you treat people like that? But then I did work in food service, but every time I was in food service, I lucked up my managers. I can't think of, maybe some were slightly crankier than others, but like I can't think of one like bad boss I had. One just arrogant jerk. One just, most of them. I'm seriously. I'm thinking of like Rob. I'm thinking of Kim. I'm thinking of like Mitch. I'm like so many people were just cool. They were just cool. I can't think of anybody. So I never got that experience, thankfully. But I also did food service in terms of like working at chicken finger joints and stuff like that, but never a chain. And something in me from like 15 when I think my first job was 16, was like, I'm not doing a chain. I'm not doing McDonald's. I'm not doing Burger King. I'll do food service, but like, I'm not doing that. And I think it's just because I saw how people were treated. I don't know. I was like, if I'm working like this is a chicken finger joint, but this is like, they got three of them. This actually, when I'm talking about, they only had one in the city, right? So like, something in me was like, I'm not gonna do McDonald's or anything. Not that I'm too good for it, but I guess you just peep game on how they treat their employees, and it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take the disrespect. Yep, because we wouldn't do those jobs. That's why I'm saying, it's already hot from the stoves with 12 plus people. It was not. It was even people bumping into each other. No way I was gonna last. Made me realize I could never work a kid. And then facts. I know there are fights in kitchens and stuff. I'm stunned there aren't more, because you cannot be in a good mood in a Waffle House with 17 people in the back shouting orders at you and then bumping into people with that hot ass hot plate, that griddle in your face. And then they paying you next to nothing. I know you're not in a good mood. And you got one time. You got one time. You gonna find out. If you come at me and ask me for this the wrong way, these hash browns scatter cover smothered top, and there's even a little bit of attitude, this spatula coming across this counter, lady. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. You finna get a whole bunch of raw hash browns thrown at your face immediately. No, I don't care. I do not care. Don't let me be a McDonald's employee and then you want to catch an attitude because your fries are cold. It's hot outside. You don't need hot fries. You want to catch an attitude? Let me hit you in the face with this McDonald's tray. No. Respect to all the hardworking fast food service in general, hotel service workers who have to put up with the bull, like all of it, all the respect in the world. Just like I couldn't be a teacher. I was dating a woman not too long ago, dated for like a couple months. She was a teacher, and she would tell me how the parents would come in, and it was like, See, I was right. My one of my homegirls growing up, her mom said that would be a good teacher, and I was like, no, because of actual serious topic. We're talking and being fun, so I won't talk about the serious topic. But there was like a serious topic behind it, and I was like, no, I don't think it's for me. Then she would tell me what parents would do to her, and I was like, y'all really don't get paid enough. Because if you come at me because you screwed up with your child and now I got to fix what you did, which is stuff they would say to her, what's that Ron White joke? His wife would have 2 glasses of wine and then she would turn into, let me tell you something about you that you don't know. There'd be so many parents walking out of there crying or mad. Run up on me if you want to. Your son's going to be like, how did daddy get a black eye? He spoke to Mr. Obi in the wrong way. He ran up on Mr. Obi in the parking lot trying to talk. And Mr. Obi gave him 2 dots on both eyes. No, sir. I will dot your eye. You're not going to speak. One of the stories, and I think I can tell this. One of the stories was, ain't nobody watching this channel. It's 4 of us. One of the stories was that a parent, her daughter wanted, they have to make their lunches when they're coming into the school. This is like a international school here in Switzerland, right? And the daughter had like I don't know what everything was in there, but one of the things was like there's a sausage in the lunch, and the daughter wanted an extra sausage, and her mom said no because the teacher said you're not allowed to have it. I don't know why, but in any case, the mom and the daughter had it out, right? She takes the daughter to school, walks up to the teacher and is like, look, I need to talk to you real quick. Can you just like shake your head and say no or whatever? Because she wants to have a sausage and I need to tell her that you say that she can't have it. And she was like, what? She was like, okay, cool, thank, great. And then she went to the door. She was like, see, I asked the teacher, and the teacher said you're not allowed to have more than one sausage. And I was like, what kind of coward ass? Now, mind you, this is like a 7-year-old. I want extra food. No. End of discussion. What you scared of your kid for? You're so scared of your child that you're gonna be like, we're gonna hold on to this discussion till we get to your teacher so your teacher can say no? No. Am I old school or what? She had another parents. And there's this whole craze, or I don't know if hopefully it's dead, of the parents who were like, they don't say no to their children. They don't use the word no because the word no is negative. Here's going to be a rude fact. Your child is going to hear no a lot, and you not using it is not going to make them better people. They need to know that they can't have everything they want. If you take it, honestly, I don't feel like there's nothing I could say that anybody who's reasonable wouldn't understand about, like, you got to say no to your child. But they had this thing of where they don't say no. And they went not just to her, but like to her, like, superiors, like the principal and everybody else, and that they had to explain to these parents why the teachers have to say no to children in school. I don't even know how you get to the age of being able to have children, which is like biologically 16. I don't know how you get to that age. And these were grown ass adults, not like, oh, we had kids young. These are grown ass adults. I think they had their first kid at like 35. Like, how do you get to that age and think that you're going to be able to go to a school and say to the staff, don't say no to my child? Not like, oh, well, we can't refuse them certain things. It is, no, you're not allowed to use the word no. Make it make sense to me. Make it make, and they actually had to have like meetings with these parents to be like, we have to use the word no. Why? If I gotta explain to you why I have to use the word no, you already lost. I don't know. There's no other. I can't. How do you even argue with that? I'm a teacher. We're gonna have to have playtime, for example. And then after playtime is done, kids are gonna ask, because they're kids, can we keep playing? No, we have to do this. Don't say no. Okay. Yeah, I worked in retail for 15 years. I never ever work again in retail, in large part because of the customers. Customers suck. And I feel like every person should have to work 1 year of retail and 1 year of like food service. Everybody, period. That should be like implemented in high school or college, where it is, your class today is, you still get paid like everybody else, but you got to work in this mall. 1 year you're going to be working in Taco Bell or a chicken finger joint or whatever, or as a waiter. You can pick the restaurant, but you're going to work as a waiter for 1 year. And then the next year, you're going to have to work in retail, selling clothes, selling shoes, selling something. 2 years of that. And I guarantee within the next 2 decades, we stop all these BS people and how they treat service industry. Bet money. Bet money. Because okay, but anyway. So let's go ahead and go to the drawings. It's kind of nice to know that parents being jerks to teachers is international. Easy. That's just two of the stories off the top of my head. I hadn't dated that woman in 7 months. Like that's two stories off the top of my head where she told me, and she was like, because she's so sweet, she's a really nice person. Just didn't work out because communication, whatever. But she's a really nice person, and she started to like internalize it. Like, am I doing something wrong? And I was like, you got to stop being stupid. I had to say, I was telling her like, you got to stop being stupid. Okay, I know that you're very British. And so you put that on yourself, like you got to be more polite. No, sometimes you have to understand that certain people shouldn't have children. And just because they do have them doesn't mean you have to like You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to put it. You are not in the wrong for telling them, I have to say no to your child. You're not in the wrong to be like, why can't you tell your daughter she can't have extra food in her lunch? Does she have a gun? Is she holding you hostage? Blink twice if you're okay. Like, do you need help? Blink twice. Okay, I got it. We gonna get the popo. 5 O's coming through. Don't worry about it. I got you. Just smile and walk away. Like, why? I think I will say this: U.S. versus Switzerland. I think teachers get paid relatively well here. I think it's a pretty well paid job here versus the U.S. I don't know how. I For the love of the game, y'all gotta love it. You have to love teaching if you teaching in the U.S. because Lord knows you can't live off of it. Anyway, you have to be a saint. A lot of them, because some of them are just jerks that hate kids and want to make them suffer and get paid to do it. Anyway, not speaking from personal experience or anything. Anyway, um, I need to check on that too. But I think, at least in Switzerland, and I think a lot of Europe actually, that I don't want to speak broadly. I don't want to speak broadly because I genuinely do not know. But I'm pretty sure, at least, well, okay, I got to rewind that again because the teachers that I know mostly work at international schools, and kids who are going to international schools in Switzerland, they parents got dough because they got to pay for it. There's public schools that they could go to, but they don't want their kids to go to the public schools for whatever reason. Swiss public schools are amazing, but they want to have them speak English or whatever. So like, although there are some reasons why, like your kid just moved over from England, they don't know German just yet. They can't assimilate to it just yet, and it's going to be a terrifying experience anyway. You put them in an international school, they can speak English more, and then they take German classes, stuff like that. There are reasons, so I don't want to be disrespectful to that situation or those scenarios because it's possible. I can see the path there, but like, yeah, she got. I mean, they're gonna get bread because you think I don't know if you guys know how expensive Switzerland is, but if you put your kid in the international school of Switzerland, you got dough. You got dough. You aren't hungry and you're not worried about where your next meal is coming from. Did you try TSJ7? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. But yeah. So now that we service industry, shout out construction workers, the good ones, the not racist ones, and the ones who don't womanize, who aren't womanizers or disrespect women. Construction workers, service industry, all love and respect from me and the people in this chat, apparently. And hopefully, those people who disrespect you immediately turn around and twist an ankle. We ain't trying to have them die or get hit by a truck, but just like we want them to catch a cramp in the thigh. Like, you know that cramp you get in the middle of the night when you're sleeping and all of a sudden you wake up and it's just a cramp in your calf muscle? That. It ain't gonna kill nobody, but you ain't going back to sleep. Oh, Time Space Junction. Sorry. Ibrahim. Okay. I still haven't done Time Space Junction 1 yet. I need to do Time Space Junction. I've been avoiding that thing like the plague. I've been avoiding Time Space Junction like the plague. By the way, doing all that work to draw 10 and get nothing. So now we're going to try to get into the Elizabeth of it all now that we've covered service workers. I think I talked about the Pennywise music video, this damn heat. Now we're going to try to get into working on Elizabeth's guide before I run out of time because we're ranting about how great. And this is the funny thing too. We talk all this ish about these people, these unreasonable parents, the dumbasses who are like, you're taking our jobs. I'm not laying down tar and asphalt in the summer. Kiss my ass. Like, we talk about all these people. Where are these people? Where do they go talk about us? They must be talking about us, right? We talk about them, right? Where do they go talk? What do like do they have like their own like stream where they're talking to somebody who's doing also seven deadly sins and they're like, well, do you believe this person brought my wine in the wrong glass? I'm sorry, that is a Chardonnay, and you just brought it to me in a Bordeaux glass. I need to speak with your manager. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be, and then other people are like, that is ridiculous. That is ludicrous. Do they not train these people? You know, there has to be a place where they go where we're not welcome. I get there has to be a place where they go. Right? I guess we wouldn't know that place because we're in our bubble of reasonable people, and they're in their bubble of like that. Another friend of mine told me like she had a friend who was genuinely a good guy, but he grew up like royalty rich. Like, oh, the teacher actually, she was saying that he was a nice guy, but he grew up like royalty rich. Like the kinds of people he hung around, they have no like concept of even working, basically. They don't have and it wasn't that he was living out like he was doing college, university or whatever, but then he was living in like shared living with people. I guess it was him trying to slum it and hang out with people, but like he had roommates and stuff. But then when she met him, he seemed cool, but like a little bit off and a little bit weird. And then when she found out like where he came from, where like his friends, like he could probably call Prince Harry. You know what I'm saying? Like he's up there with folks, right? When he would go to parties and how the way he would talk about people and women and stuff like that, people get super offended and he didn't understand why. And it was because he came from that world and he did not even understand that what he was saying was wrong because that's just how he was raised. Like he just had no, like utterly no concept of what it was that he was saying that was even like remotely wrong. Even though she said like he was the type of guy who would like help you move. Like he was a good dude. It's just that his thought processes and stuff were different. And it wasn't even that he was trying to be intentionally this, that, or the third. It's just that their world does not even, what we do talk about, they don't even, it doesn't even compute for them. It doesn't make sense to them, just like they don't make sense to us. So anyway. No worries unless TSJ season resets. There's no rush. Yeah. I think I just need to get past TSJ 1. Or I need to sit down and just take a day to do it. Because I'll try it for like 10 minutes at night when I'm already ready to go to bed anyway, get frustrated and be like, I'm done. It needs to be like I'm waking up at 9. I haven't done this in a minute. I'm waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna have some coffee. I'm gonna play some video games before I like go out and do something. And that needs to be like what happens. All right. That's how I get past time space junction. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? That just dated the hell out of me that I know that song. Thankfully, a lot of you guys are in Europe. You won't even know. You need to get time space junction. You're too strong to not be there. I know, Prince. I know. I'm sorry. I'm slacking. Off. All right, so I'm gonna have to like do some setup real quick. Because, and I think I mentioned this before, so now I'm repeating myself because we've had fun on these like rando topics. But I moved the videos from the PlayStation to my PC because I did not like keeping it on the PlayStation and having to. You float too. I told you that song is stuck in my head. I'm going to hell because of that song. Keeping it a buck, but they still call me Penny. All about my cheese while you think I live in dairy. All right, so let me go ahead and get this first video up. And then, oh, there it is. Ooh. No, sir. Is that fitting? Well, yeah. Okay, so we'll keep it like that. You know what? I'll transition so you guys can see like what I'm actually trying to do right now. All right. And actually, I think this needs to be fed into my other port. All right, so that desktop audio should be coming through. Cool. Let me go ahead and edit the playlist. Is that? Let me edit the playlist right fast. I wish I could label these. Oh, this last one was like the super long one. What did I do first? I think I did the grimoire first, then the staff, then the wand. I think I went in order. And I was very, very, very impressed with what she. Oh wow, that's very big on my screen. All right, so we will keep it here. And what I will do for this video capture is I think I'll just change the settings to, is it codes? It's not codes, is it? Yep, it's codes actually. I wonder if I can add a source that captures the monitor. No, I don't think so. Okay, so you know what? As opposed to being like overly complicated, let's just do it this way. Okay, so as I was saying before, as we actually start to talk about the game, yes, I get distracted. I know. But honestly, y'all know that by now too. If you watch my channel, you're like, this guy's gonna go on a tangent. What is it gonna be this time? All right, so today was food service workers and insane rich parents. And I can say that because they were rich. Okay. So yeah, that's adjusted. So I think we're good there. So this video here is her using the heals. And I think this one actually came out pretty good in the sense of what I need to do with it. I think I don't know if I died in the first bit or not. There was one where I just played poorly, and I believe it was the earth one. So that's fine for the healing side of things. This one went terribly, and it's maybe I should even discuss it because I had to end up going back to this dude here, fighting him a bit, trying to make it work. Took like 15 minutes, but to be fair, his weakness is not wind. But I was able to make it work after a lot of time. With Galen, the problem was Buddy won't sit his ass still. So that means that if I'm using Clotho as a primary damage dealer, it doesn't work. It really doesn't work because she needs to have the character be like stationary. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that one with Clotho. We ended up doing it against the Warden. This one is when I'm starting to use the Earth team. I love the Earth team. I went after the Red Demon first, and then I went after the Warden. Did not beat him the first time, but came super close. And if I'm keeping it a buck, this thing is not actually 56 minutes long. I beat him and then just ended up forgetting to turn off the recording feature on my PlayStation. So if I'm being honest, the team I have the most fun with, the team I think is the best, if we're going by elements, if we're not looking at Meliodas being just the god that he is or whatever, The team I favor the most, that I like the most in terms of my style of play, is the Earth team, or the Earth team that I built here. Just because they can do a good amount of damage. Elizabeth is in the same burst. Why am I? Okay, let me actually do the video. I'm sitting here just like telling you everything. I can actually do the video now. Back. So, pause. Okay. Okay. Georgie was his everything to me. He's just another. I got to get that song out of my head. I need to listen to something else. I really need to get that song out of my head. It's terrible, but so good. Okay. Damn it. All right. So. Funnily enough, one more thing I'll adjust on my scenes here. I need to copy this and then paste this as a reference here. And put it above the PlayStation. So when I transition, now all I have to do is minimize. We back, baby. Okay. All right. So we will need to start recording. Yeah, we're doing the Grimoire first. She's up to 30,000. He's over 9,000. Sorry. There is an Instagram guy whose name I don't remember, And I had to share it. And hopefully, I mean, this is me just sharing his content. It was so funny because it talks about like interviews. See, he's even got one going up like now. It's like, oh, I shouldn't put my friend's stuff up there. Ah, it's fine. Don't nobody care. Nobody's about to rewind and find them. Unless he'll be mad. I should get Alessia on the show sometime so we could just talk ish. Anyway, sorry. But he does these videos from the perspective of like thugs or villains who are beat up by superheroes, or there's one or two where it's like Magneto and it's people interviewing to be X-Men or whatever, hero interviews. And they had me in stitches. Have you ever been slapped by a Ford Focus? It's so funny. It's so funny. Anyway, I love them. It's funny as hell. I found it today and it had me. I fell down a little rabbit hole. Anyway, she levels up in a way that makes me wonder what's going on with the calculations in the background. Because she's at 30K right now. I don't know if I just looked up on. Oh, you know what it is? I think I just figured it out while trying to speak it up, talk to you guys about it. I got her armor level 3. I lucked up and got her passive up to level 3 on her armor. If I look at Meliodas, for example, do I have this right? You'll float too. See, why won't it let me do it? Sometimes. Y'all be sometimers, man. 28 level 1. So the question would then become, and I think I could just do it now to test it. If I get his passive up to level 2 or 3, let's see. I'm going to test that real fast, and then we do the Elizabeth guide. We're going to test that theory that I have. Dun, 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 dun. Keeping it a buck, but they still call me Penny. That's gonna be stuck in my head. All about my cheese while you think I live in dairy. No, I am not doing this now. Y'all can't block off an entire section with your dumbass party when I got stuff to do. Okay, let's get over here. Because I think I have the resources now. And it's probably stupid for me to use these resources on him. Change the bonus. Quality change. Enhance equipment. That's not it. Passive level change. This is it, right? Oh, and I have it at 2. Why did I see 1? Was I looking at the wrong thing? I don't want to move it off of 2 though. Because if it goes down to 1, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so mad. Is there anybody else here that I'm willing to risk this on? Diane, I think, even has level 2. Yeah, she has 2. Like, if I get 2, this is how much they've screwed up this part of the game. If it's at 2, I'm not testing it. Because I don't want to be stuck at 1 and then have no more resources to, like, roll again. Like, why would I do that? 2 is good enough. 3 is perfect. Why would I do that? Okay. Well, that was a waste of time. So coming in 3, 2, gotta keep it a buck. I could not wait to engrave this armor because seeing Elizabeth in that swimsuit just made me uncomfortable. It was like, God, I didn't like it. It's too much. I'm a shy guy. Let's get to the video. Okay, coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins Origins video. In this video, I got Elizabeth. It's not true because probability is probability. It doesn't work like that. However, I only do 10 pulls now. I only do 10x pulls now. With Merlin, I was doing every time I got one, I got to the limit and it sucked. With Elizabeth, I did my 10 pulls, I got her. Yay! So, I know that's not how probability works. This is confirmation bias at its finest. However, I mean, it worked though. That was my superstition forever, and so gonna stick to it. Anyway, Elizabeth with the grimoire is not even close busted. She heals so much with this, and the rotation for it is so damn easy. There is honestly not much to say about it. I'm gonna go through, read through her kit, give you the rotations, and then show you the video of where I'm using her. And it's absurd. It is absolutely absurd. I was previously running 2 characters for my like whole heal support, right? Where it is, and I know barrier isn't healing, but it does the same thing in terms of like preserving the HP bar type deal. So that, to me, I was using Elaine. She runs in, she puts up our barrier real fast. Then I would use Clotho. We get hit, boom, 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 we heal up. Then Diane is there as a sub DPS. When she goes into heavy metal state, you hit her, she's healing. So I got 2, Clotho and Diane. 2 when they get hits, then that means that they're going to heal up. And then I got Elaine to put us up on barrier. Just a lot of support there in that scenario to keep my team alive. She replaces all of that by her damn self. She needs no one else in terms of like what she can do in terms of healing, which I mean, and it's not even particularly close. She is the best healer in the game and a must carry on like, I don't know. I can't speak to it too much, but a must carry damn near everywhere. If you're gonna need heals and you're gonna need that type of support. So anyway, Grimoire is her best weapon. Let's go ahead and hop into the kit. So Goddess Blessing, and I do need to read this because this applies to everything. So just bear that in mind. And I mean, you'll see in the other weapons, because this is the guide for Grimoire. You're going to get staff, you're going to get wand. This applies to everything, and I didn't even really notice it until I was using the wand actually against the Warden, and I saw a heal go up, and I was like, what? Goddess Blessing, while out of combat, recovers 5% of team's HP every 5 seconds. If the team's HP drops to 10% or below during combat, performs an emergency recovery of 30%, which is also an achievement where you can unlock some star fragments, of 30% of the team's HP once. She only does that part once, but she heals you for 5% every 5 seconds. Large. Emergency recovery cooldown is 240 seconds. Now, this passive, now that's her adventure skill. This passive, Beach Princess, make sure to say that word right, decreases allies damage taken from enemies afflicted with splashing around by 15%. When the hero attacks an enemy with their special attack, their weakness damage increases by 10% for 20 seconds. Each time an ally lands an attack on an enemy afflicted with splashing around, it increases all allies' defense by 2% for 20 seconds, max 20 times. Well, that's 2 times 20, 40%. So you could be just kind of rotating 40% increase defense. Love that. All right. Normal attack. Inflicts damage equal to 89% of the defense, and then at scale, it's a typical normal attack. Inflicts damage equal to 82% of defense and applies splash around on the enemy for 40 seconds with Princess Water Cannon. It's a charging ability, so be sure to hold down that button. Decreases defense by 20%. So we're applying splash around on the enemy, and that decreases their defense by 20%. Using her normal attack, using her special attack, my bad. Now using her normal skill, Cool Bite. Every 1 second for 20 seconds restores the HP of all allies in range by 0.4% of max HP plus 4.5% of defense. Increase your defense. If the remaining HP is 30% or lower, additionally restores all allies' HP by 10% of max HP and 80% of defense. You really, 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 really want her to have a lot of HP. I have her in a life crystal armor right now, and I'll go more into that in the actual character guide video. But that is to increase with that 7 pieces, that increases her healing efficiency by 20%, I believe, and then also her HP by 20%. So that just means those heals come out massive. And the attack ability, is this how I shoot it? Inflicts damage equal to 71%, just a typical tag ability. And now let's play together. Every 0.8 seconds for 11 seconds, restores HP for allies in range by 1.5% of max HP, plus 22% of defense. That's a lot of heals. I promise you it's a lot of heals. You'll see it. Heroes in range gain reaction immunity, and if the remaining HP of allies is 30% or lower, damage taken decreases by 30%. So she is we're going to keep you alive. It's not just the heals. It is also like the defense and the decreases and the decrease in enemy attack. So it is all around. She's trying to sustain you so you stay alive, which is greatly appreciated. So that is her kit. I'm going to go hop into her video so I can show you what it went down. Be right back. You'll float too. All right. Now I'm addicted to these candies that have been keeping me awake. And they're just regular old, like, sweet tarts. They're not even anything. I miss sweet tarts. So. mic, sir. All right, so now we're going to go into the video. We have the audio up. Hold on. I'm going to try to stay silent for a second. I know it's hard for me to shut my mouth. I talk too much. I am a loquacious individual. Keeping it a buck. But they still call me Penny. All right, so. See, this video is 7 minutes long, and I don't think I need to go through the entire thing. But it is what it is. We'll come through. So, coming in. 3, 2. Okay, so, and this happened with actually all 3 of the weapons because it feels as though the Warden is the easiest difficult enemy because I can kind of control him, especially using Daisy. I can control him. He doesn't leap around too much. He doesn't move around too much. He does that running charge thing, but that's not even that bad. So this is like a difficult enemy on Abyss, but not super difficult so that I can still like test out the play. I used Merlin in here before the building the burst gauge. Her wand, right? Anyway, use her for building the burst gauge right now. I had been running her as a sub DPS. I'm kind of leaning back towards Diane and loving the Earth team, but that'll be in a different video. So in this scenario, when I was playing it, and we're going to skip past fighting the minions, part of the whole minions fighting right now, which I typically skip, is because I'm trying to build up tag points so that I'll be able to tag them to use R2 when I get to the Warden. So first things first, we're going to just skip past these dudes. We went directly into the Warden. And because of what Daisy can do, we can really control Buddy. Like, he has really no chance of getting anything done. So Daisy runs in first. She puts up her flowers that shoot lightning. Cool. And then at a certain point in this battle, I did want to take damage to see how fast it heals. And as you can see, I'm down to like 75% health right now. The way that she heals you, the way that Elizabeth heals you, does change your strategy, but be careful. Because in this scenario where I'm fighting him, I'm not necessarily caring too much about, and you'll see it here as she's doing her whole heal thing. Look at how fast the bar shoots up. Look at that. Look at that. I barely had enough time to get that sentence out of my mouth before we were fully healed. Now, the part of where I'm saying this is dangerous is don't play too much with it. This is probably the conservative defensive side of me. Don't play too much with this because you can still die. You can still die. It's still possible. It's just that she provides so many heals, or such a large amount of heals, that you can get reckless and just be like, I'm just running in. Don't worry about it. Elizabeth gonna heal us. And she will fast. But at the same time, just bear in mind that, you can still die. It's still possible. But the amount of heals that she gives, I don't even know how to say it. The amount of heals that she gives is so damn ridiculous that I could understand people switching up their approach and having a basically fearless feeling about taking her on. So her rotation, relatively easy. You've seen it in the trials. It is circle, which is going to be the normal skill, triangle, special attack, and then followed by the ultimate R2, PlayStation buttons, of course, and then tag in the next character, because she's going to sit there, she's going to keep spinning, she's going to keep healing you, and then as you tag in the next character, look at all those debuffs, then as you tag in the next character, they get to do their damage, she stays there and continues to heal the rest of the team. So no matter how much damage we've taken right now, which we've taken a lot, she is still able to support us through all that damage and get our health bar up like fast, like broken fast, like super broken fast. I love it. Don't fix it. Let it stay broken. But she gets our heals up so fast that it's ridiculous. So I'm going to let this, I'm going to let this play out. How much time do we have left on this one? I'm not going to like the full thing. But you'll see at varying moments, and I'm going to try to skip ahead a little bit. At varying moments, I get my health, I get more and more confident. See? Like there. I'm getting more and more confident in just letting my health bar drop. Because it is, if I can recover that fast from 50% health, 40% health, 30% health, then I'm like, oh, I can get one more punch in. I could do one more combo. I can get in one more rotation before I pull out, because we're still at 25% and Elizabeth is over there and she's going to heal everything. She's going to solve all our problems. Nope. You can still die by doing this. So be sure that you don't take Elizabeth's ability to heal for granted, because it will make you feel like you are invincible. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. We're going to see how low I let my health get. And then I pull in Elizabeth. We're down to like 40%. Pull in Elizabeth. We're already back up to 60 before I could finish my thought. Like, before I could finish my thought, we are already back up on health. Absolutely insane. So, again, please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Get 'em. Get 'em. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Lay down. Lay down, bro. Lay down. He's not laying down. He's so stubborn. Ran the ultimate again so that we could heal. Did no damage. And there he goes. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Boom. Da 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 da. Thanks, Geek Sensei. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh. This stuff is really keeping me awake. These fizzers, which basically are sweet tarts or whatever. I'll stop recording. Okay, cool. Now, this is going to point out the flaws. All right. Okay. All right. Oh no. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish these next 2 guides, well, the next 3 guides, and then I think I'll call it a video because I gotta go get ready to hoop. Wait, what? Oh my God. Alabama right now. It is 8 a.m. and 83 degrees. Speaking of that heat that we were saying was a problem. Damn. No, sir. Talk about not taking my ass outside. Nope. Nope. Wait, by the way, no, Hakeem never hopped on, right? Because I had a question for Hakeem. Guess we'll bug him later. All right. All right. Or actually, that's a big old shift too. But the staff, it is the like my least favorite weapon. If I'm keeping it a buck. Okay. Is it just everybody's just suffering from heat waves right now? Because I mean, damn, in the south there's a heat wave, in Europe there's a heat wave, northeast there's a heat wave. It sounds like there's just a heat wave. It sounds like somebody got like some supervillain has a microwave gun from the moon just trained down on the northern hemisphere and is just trying to melt us. Yeah, you have to take your dog only in the yard because hell, they'll get heat stroke too if you walk them too far and this kind of stuff. Hell, they'll suffer too. Shit. And put your dog in a bathtub and let him let him chill for real. He'll love you forever. Damn this heat. Okay. And this was the year I said like it was. I was so sick of winter, and winter wasn't even that hard this year. I was just like tired of it because the winter here like okay. But to be fair, and to give you guys an idea of what it's like to be in Switzerland, okay. Before we get into this Elizabeth guide, we had a thunderstorm. Was it last night? No, it was night before last, right? When I tell you there were hailstones, pieces of ice falling out of the sky during this thunderstorm. In the middle of a heat wave in Switzerland, in Europe, when it thunderstormed, ice fell from the sky. If that's not a sign of the apocalypse, she loves ice chips, so I'm giving her lots good. Yeah. No, for real. Tons of ice chips because she needs to stay hydrated too. Facts. She needs to. In this kind of weather, they got to. Whatever you got to do to get them to have liquid in their system. How in the hell are you going to have ice falling from the sky in the middle of a heat wave in June? I don't know which one's coming to Earth, but something's coming to Earth. And there's a reckoning. Something. I don't know which religion gonna be right, but one of y'all finna find out. One of y'all finna find out. The Jews are gonna be like, "We were right. Told you. I told you." Like it's just somebody's gonna be right. Somebody's gonna figure it out real fast. All right. Anyway, sorry. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this next Elizabeth guide out, y'all. Okay, so coming in 3. Oh wait, I might want to actually record this though. You know what helps making videos? Recording them. Coming in 3, 2. Okay, let's keep it a buck. but they still call me Penny. I can't get that music video out of my head. I think I'm going to hell. This is my least favorite weapon. Like, of all of them, this is my least favorite weapon. It's a buff wind weapon, and part of it is that it's not even really her fault. And maybe it's how I have other characters in the team built. But there is like a couple of critical flaws in like any kind of wind team you try to build. Full disclosure, I don't have my Hauser leveled up. So in the comment section, if you want to respectfully rip me by saying like the wind team is much better than you think, you just got to get Hauser, knock yourself out. But for me, there is a critical flaw in the wind team that makes it hard for me to like the weapon on Elaine, not Elaine, but on Elizabeth, that just, it's just disappointing. We'll get to it. Let's get to the video. Okay, so yeah, if you couldn't tell, I have a broken toenail from hoops, and in that middle of that thing, it caught in my slippers and was like, let's make you bleed. So he's okay. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Grab here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins origin video. In this video, we're gonna go over very quickly because I just did not enjoy it. We're gonna go over the staff with Elizabeth. So to me, the problem with the staff with Elizabeth, and we can go to the team that I built for this. Hopefully it's still there without me having to actually like build it again. And if it's not there, I'm not building it again because it sucks. No, it's not there. Basically, the way in the Earth team I love, basically the way that I had to build my team, and you'll see this in the video, is I was using Clotho as the primary damage dealer. I was using Elizabeth as the support that was gonna buff and reduce the defense of the enemy, and that doesn't work, right? One key flaw in that is I wanted to use Clotho as the burst gauge builder, so we can go ahead and get up to that level, get the burst gauge built up, and then pull in Clotho for the damage. Even when I got the burst gauge built up by different means than that, still did not perform very well to me, or I still did not like it. So I'll show you a few videos, but I think the major flaw with having the staff with Elizabeth isn't even her own. I can't really truly see what she is as a character with the staff because there's no real like powerful or good damage dealer that goes along with it. Clotho's damage though can be really good. You need a basically stationary target, and you've seen me, or you will see me go at Galland. Maybe you won't. I might not even show that footage because he hops around so much that whenever you get things set up properly, unless Galland is stunned somehow, or unless he just decides to just chill there, which he never stays in one spot longer than a few seconds. He will slow down and chill, but by the time you get everything up and running with Clotho, he's gone. And so then there goes all your damage that you could be doing to him. So without a true primary damage dealer that can inflict the damage that this one would allow you to do, there just doesn't seem to be a place for it in the game. So in any case, let me go ahead and get up to the actual skills. So we already talked about Goddess's Blessing. While out of combat, recovers 5% of the team's HP every 5 seconds. If the team's HP drops below 10% or below during the combat, perform emergency recovery of 30% of team's HP once. Emergency recovery cooldown is 240 seconds. Love that. I absolutely love that. Going down the rest of her kit. Goddess's Fair Wind. Increases all allied wind heroes pierced by 0.3% of the hero's attack. When the allied hero attacks an enemy inflicted with weathering, normal attack damage increases by 60%. This could be really good. It sounds really good. For her normal attack, Awkward Swing is your standard 4-hit basic. Then you have special attack. Decreases the enemy's the hero's magic consumption by 10% for 15 seconds. When using the ultimate of allied wind heroes in range of combined attacks, using the hero's ultimate move as the base and for 40 seconds increases the normal attack damage. Increases the normal attack crit damage of allies by 50%. That seems like a lot to describe something where you're going to potentially get normal attack crit damage increase. Okay, so next on Holy Wave, and we have a heat wave. We've been talking about it on stream all day. It's been nuts. Increases all allied heroes' wind attack by 30% of the hero's attack for 40 seconds, which, fine, you're trying to force people into building a wind team to go around this. It's just, I don't think the wind team is worth it. Inflicts damage equal to 103%, 130 will be much better, 103% of attack, and applies Weathering for 30 seconds to enemies in range. Weathering decreases wind defense by 0.5% for defense for 30 seconds when taking wind damage. And that's what I mean. You get like a lot of like reducing damage, buffing damage, whatever, but then I don't have the character on the back end of that to like make it worth it. Okay, so and maybe you guys know, put in the comment section, maybe Hauser wasn't a sub DPS. Maybe he's a regular old DPS that can do this damage. Unyielding Wheel, that's just a 60% attack from her passive, not passive, her attack skill. Heavenly Whirlwind, every equals 1 second. I gotta take a nap. Every 1 second for 10 seconds, inflict damage equal to 20% of attack on the enemies in range. Okay. Each hit of the attack applies Rupture to enemies for 20 seconds. Rupture inflicts additional wind damage equal to 10% of Elaine's attack and decreases crit defense by 0.8% for 30 seconds when hit by wind attacks. So very, very wind centric, very, very wind heavy, very much like trying to get you to build your wind team up. However, it just does not seem worth it. So that being said, get to the video. He been thinking about doing me better. He keeping wrong with his wife. Sorry, that song is also stuck in my head. All right, so we'll go ahead and just, how long is this video? We're not watching that whole thing, but we can go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. He been thinking about doing me better. I think I got busted here. Oh, but did I actually beat him? How long did it take me before I show this? All right, we can do that. All right, so coming in at 3, 2. Now, funnily enough, and I still wouldn't recommend it, I was able to get, I thought I lost this battle. I thought I lost this battle. I wasn't even ready to like show Galen being as a part of it because Galen does have a weakness for wind. However, we never had anything to really do wind. Now, in this scenario, which is different than what I did previously, or what I did after the fact, Clotho is the sub DPS. She's using her rapier to build up the burst gauge, and she's actually pretty good at doing that. Galen is weak to wind, so we should be in pretty good shape to attack him, right? The problem that I ran into was twofold. One, in this scenario, I have Elaine as the primary damage dealer. I'm using Manny and not Elizabeth. Elizabeth. I'm using Manny and Elizabeth as supports that would increase damage and decrease defense with the Priest's Blessing from Manny, and then everything that Elizabeth does. We're boosting up our damage. However, the main problem with doing this is the fact that Galen moves around a lot. And I was using Elaine as the primary damage dealer, but when I tell you, I think that Clotho was doing more damage with the rapier. You can just see it right there. Was doing more damage with the rapier than Elaine was with the as the primary damage dealer, it's not. It's so true. It is so true, and it's so much. It's so much better. Now I'm gonna I'll prove that I did beat this. Because it does go on for a bit, and I did want to get to the scenario. But you see us whittling it down. You see it. You see it. You see it, and it's taking a whole 3.5 minutes. You see it. All right. So boom, boom, boom. Klothos, quiet as kept, is doing the most damage. Is doing the most damage as the sub DPS. Elaine's damage coming in as the primary DPS did not do much for us, right? So we're gonna go at the Warden now. I think I attacked some minions. No, I didn't. Okay. So we're going at the Warden now. And this is going to be basically the same deal of where we need to be sure that he cannot hit us, that he's not moving around that much, which he doesn't. He's ground bound, so it should be cool. Keep our distance until we have Clotho, and then just stay at a distance. Was this the one that took for... Oh, wait. This might have been the one that took a hot minute because if you guys didn't know... The Warden is not susceptible to wind. Just a heads up. He takes his sweet time dying. So. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I am very, very down on the staff from Elizabeth, but a large portion of this, I think, is the lack of contribution from her. Okay, so we died there. I'm really just disappointed with Elizabeth using that weapon. There isn't a team. There's no contribution that's going to really help her through this. I did it again, and let's just, keep it a buck. I did it again, and what I did was I replaced Manny with Daisy and didn't even use Daisy's wind. What I ended up doing was using Daisy's lightning so that I could stun the Warden. Cheap trick. And then just do as much damage as I possibly could, right? Cheap trick. Cheap trick. We all know that trick for using Daisy and this so that he gets stunned, and then I can just hit him while he's sleeping. Tag him up. He sleep? Cool. Tag him up. Tag him up. He wake up. Stun him again. That's all I did. And that still took, with the complete lack of damage that you get from Elaine, and the fact that the only way you're going to get damage from Clotho is in that spatial is if the boss themselves do not move, which does lend itself to, okay, I got Daisy, I could run that Clotho stuff, and I did do that. It took so much to get him down with using that it just wasn't, it didn't feel worth it. It didn't feel like I did anything quote unquote productive in that. So, I mean, died again. Switch out a lane. I think, yeah, that's why I switched out a lane. I put a lane to have a barrier, because here's the other part of it too. The other part of this is that when you use Elizabeth in this way, you're taking her out of the scope of what she does best with it, which is healing. If I'm going to use Elaine as the primary damage dealer, I can't use Elaine's barriers, right? If I'm using Clotho for either primary damage or for building up the burst gauge, I can't use her heals. So these three characters are the prime. I mean, you could use Chiore if you want. I don't have her built up. These three characters, these three SSRs are my primary heal support barrier contributors, and they're all in roles outside of the thing that I like them in the most. It just didn't feel like it was gonna go. So overall, I don't think I'll ever use that staff again until they come out with a good primary wind damage dealer. So in any case, I'm not gonna keep going through this. I'm pretty sure this was the time that we got through. I can't promise nothing. Not a thing. And I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, I did say that. I sang it. Look, I mean, and I think that she is setting up good stuff. I do, but it requires the enemy to be just stationary. So I guess we could use it against the red dragon or Bonacro. Sure, why not? And in this scenario, this is where I'm using Clotho and her spatial dimension, I believe is what it's called, alongside the buffs from Elizabeth to provide more damage against the Warden. Cool, 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 cool. He yeah. Clotho comes in, does her thing. I gotta be honest, I just don't see it. I really don't see it. I really don't like it. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Ooh, first time I fumbled that in like, I don't know, 5 years. Please like, please subscribe. See you guys next time. Quad is just, this lasted forever. What's up, Big Sweet? So, basically, I think Diane is still good. I think there's a debate for her to be either the best or second best sub DPS in the game. When I'm doing next, what I'm doing next is the Earth team with Elizabeth and Diane and all that. And it even gave me a new appreciation for Diane, not to mention the fact that Elizabeth is a beast at building burst gauge. So let's go ahead and hop on over to the next one. On to the next one. Hey, yo, move. And keeping warm here. Why? Wait, this is the other wind attack, right? Nope, this is the earth attack. Oh, yeah, I remember now, bro. All right. Okay. I remember. Better get your boy. Yeah, so that staff is going to stay at level 40. I'm not lifting that up anymore. Just had a short circuit. You crossing the line, you roguish. Okay. Did you know blood had metal in it? No, neither did I. That Magneto video is so funny. It's so funny. Jeez. Anyway, so going into the wand for Elizabeth, and then we will do an overall overview, and then I chuck the deuces. So, trying to get myself back up. Calling me. Keeping warm with his wife. That Summer Walker album is so damn good. Love that album. Better get your boy. He been thinking about doing me better. Okay. Okay. All right. I can't stay up late tonight. I gotta get to bed. I'm usually good on a little sleep, but apparently I'm not with it today. Definitely not with it today. All right. Here we go. Wait, is my shirt? See? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I can be a ghost. Gives a damn. Too late now. I've already recorded too many of these. All right, so we don't cur. So coming in 3, 2. This leaves me with a hard decision because, well, no, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. Elizabeth's best weapon is the Grimoire. Easy, right? Easily her second best weapon is the wand. And because I have like an affinity towards the earth element in this game, and because she is nuts at building the burst gauge with her wand, it leaves me with some debate. The team that I'm going to have the most fun playing with is going to be the Earth team now. Let's get to the video. All right. So, coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Grabber here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins origin video. In this video, we're gonna go over the wand from Elizabeth. As I said in the intro, like, Earth is my favorite. Sorry, that just made me feel like I was starting the intro to Avatar. Earth is my favorite element in this game because of the increased damage. You get a barrier and. I like that a lot. It helps me because I can be a little bit distracted, I guess would be the word, over eager when I play. So having extra heals, extra barrier, all that other stuff helps me out a lot. So that's also why, in terms of support, like, her best is the Grimoire. That's not close. This is second, and that's not close. But both of them provide you a level of support simply because of how the wand works. You're going to get an additional level of defensive support. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the weapon before we go to the video. Oh, did the wrong thing there. So, Goddess Blessing, like I said in all of these videos, but if this is your first one, while out of combat, I keep wanting to say while out of control. While out of combat, recovers 5% of the team's HP every 5 seconds. If the team's HP drops to 10% or below during combat, performs an emergency recovery of 30% of the team's HP once. Emergency recovery cooldown is 240 seconds. If it only does it, okay, whatever. All right, so now on to Saint's Prayer. When the hero activates an Earth Burst, reset all allied heroes' normal skill cooldown and increases all Earth allied heroes' crit chance by 20% and pierce by 10% for 40 seconds. I did not read that before. I did not know that. I was working on her rotations and whatnot, and I did not know that. Damn. Okay, so I'm getting increased crit chance and increased pierce by 10%. Okay, that's so good. So rolling ham attack, which is just a hilarious name anyway. Shout out Hawk. Your standard basic attack, 106%. Trail of Scraps. Hawk and Elizabeth really love each other. Increases the hero's Earth Burst efficiency equal to, 40% of crit damage for 20 seconds, then inflicts damage equal to 102% of attack. Normal skill, Hawk Impact, inflicts damage equal to 157% of attack, then additionally increases burst gauge by 3%, yay, of attack. 3% of attack is nice. Hitting an enemy with Earth Burst activated increases all allies' Earth damage by 50% of the hero's crit damage for 40 seconds. 50% of the hero's crit damage. Put some crit damage on her. Next, just your typical tag skill, 78% on attack. And then Super Ham Explosion. Inflicts damage equal to 276 of attack. Each hit of the attack increases by 5%. That is nuts, for a max of 50 times. We love that so much. Now, the one thing I will say about this is that there are some elements of this in the wand, not the wand, the staff. But the difference in these increases in earth attack, earth burst, everything else is that I do have a solid team that's around her. So if I wanted to run 2 sub DPS, I could run Diane and I could run Elizabeth at the same time. And I don't know why I would do that, but I could. If my damage dealer in this scenario is Elizabeth, I don't feel comfortable with any of the other ones. So Elizabeth would not Elizabeth, but Diane was a damage dealer, so she did a great job. King then comes in and does support, so that's awesome. And then you have the barrier from Elaine. So like you have different options with these teams that with this team specifically and the characters and how they're built around Earth that I did not have with Wind whatsoever. There was no chance that I could do anything with that. So all that being said, the better weapon is the Grimoire. I am gonna have the most fun with the wand. This is gonna encourage me, and I'm gonna even show you 2 videos because it encouraged me to use the Earth team more. And I already liked using the Earth team. So it's just like it's just fun for me. It is fun for me. So let's go ahead and get to the videos. I made 2 attacks because Elaine and King are on this team. And so you know who we gotta go at if Elaine and King are on the team. You already know what the business is. Where we headed? Dragon's Grave. Who we fighting? That ass Red Demon. You knew what it was. You knew what it was when you got here. All right, so. All right, Elaine, come on. Don't. Ain't no need for hesitation. So Elaine comes in first, puts up the shield. Then we pull in King, and I can give you King's rotation right now too. But we pull in King, do his rotation, triangle, circle, R2, then tag. He's building up all of the support that this Earth team is going to need. Then we pull in Liz. Check out. You see how fast that burst gauge got up there. Let's do that one more again. So King, pull in Elizabeth. You start off the Earth gauge building, and then you see it pop up like that. On that rotation, triangle, circle, R2. Then you can tag in once you get the burst gauge built up with the basic, right? But that happened so fast. And now, by the way, my weapons, my wand and my grimoire on her are level 50, while the staff is level 40. So just so you know, heads up there. But I got the burst gauge built up so fast. And part of the burst gauge being built up so fast is that it does contribute to your defense, because if you hit into it 5 times, you give yourself a barrier. So like getting the burst gauge up really, really fast, especially against like more difficult enemies, is awesome. It feels like you have a really good shot. So not only are you getting the barrier from Elaine, but you're getting the one from tagging him up. So that being said, now what I did was I went at him twice just because it was fun to do. So I went at him twice, and then the next thing I did was I came through and I went at the corrupted Warden Argot, right? So I go at him because I know that he's weak to Earth, okay? And I will, just full disclosure, when I first go at him and we're fighting, I'm not going to show you the full video, but we can get down to about here, I think, maybe even further along. This is a long video, dog. It's a long video, but I start to get very close to taking him out. I take a few too many hits. Elaine is doing her best to provide us with shield. If we get him in burst and we start hitting him 5 times, that's going to give us more shield, more barrier. But it just wasn't enough this one go around. He got us cornered and took me out, right? But look at where his health bar is with me playing so terrible. I was playing horribly last night. But look at where his health bar is. Absolutely love it. Now you can take us out. Come on now. Chop, chop. See, he was stunned. I was trying to get in there, get my hits. Pop, 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 pop. Should have healed at 2,000 right now. That was a mistake. Anyway, so that is where I died. Next, let's go ahead and skip over to the next video. This is, and please believe, this is success. All right. That's what success looks like. We're going to run in here, run past these minions, run up at Buddy, put the barrier up. Cool. Then we're going to sub in King, let him sort out getting all of his buffs up and going. All right. So all of them are there. And then at some point, we want Elizabeth to come in. You see that start of that burst gauge? You see that explosion of the burst gauge? Fantastic. And then once we get that burst gauge up, we could either try to get a few more hits in to get the shield up, or then just toss in the primary damage dealer. This time we added, and thank God for those bursts. This time we added Elaine to get the shield back up. Elizabeth came in for no good reason, honestly. And then we put in Diane so we can get this primary damage going, right? So I absolutely love this weapon. With Elizabeth, it also makes me like the weapon that Diane has. Diane's best weapon is still the gauntlets, but I do like her as a primary damage dealer with the axe. I cannot wait to use the ground team more and more and more. Again, Grimoire is the better weapon, but for me, for fun, it's the axe. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. So tired. Your boy is so tired. I'll see you guys next time. Keep it warm, we're here, wine. Okay, let me stop. Okay. So now the question is, do 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 do. So, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it now, and then try to do the rest of Elizabeth tomorrow. I'm so tired, or I gotta find some way to wake myself up again. Because I really think I should do Elizabeth now, then edit it when I get home so I can release it tomorrow. Otherwise, it's just going to be floating around forever like that pets video, the pet hunting video. No, I need to go ahead and do Elizabeth now. Gotta stay determined. And the funny thing is, I think it's just a combination of the heat, being in this dark room, being tired, not getting enough sleep, all that jazz. It's all rolled up into one. Because the second I walk out of this room and have like a snack, I'm gonna go play basketball and I'm gonna be fine. No. I gotta fix that. Okay. So. All right, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Last one. Last one. Last one. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Technically, it's the second. Wake up, wake up, wake up. No, we don't care about that. I'm still here. We still there. I like playing baseball. Baseball is amazing. I've been on a baseball kick for a minute. Well, not just like I have, because there's no way to like just play baseball. But if you, for me, once I figured out MLB gives out those free but posts like free 10-minute highlights where they give you like a summary of the game, like the 10-minute highlight reel. I watch that every morning. I wake up. If it's NBA, I watch my 10-minute NBA condensed games. I watch 10-minute condensed games of Braves, then Dodgers, then I like the Rays this year for some reason. I like watching them. They have really good base running. It's really exciting. Um, I have a connection to the Padres that I need to sever. Um, and I do watch the Yankees because it's the Yankees, but like, but yeah, I'll wake up and I'll watch like a couple of those over my coffee. Watch the WNBA team, and the WNBA was the one that started that actually. The WNBA was the one that started putting out like 10-minute highlight reels of their games for free. And then every other sports league started doing that because the WNBA was really on like putting their games out and trying to promote them. And then when they were like, oh, wait a minute, YouTube will pay us for putting out these highlights for free, so long as they're over 8 minutes. You know what? Let's give them 10 to 15 minutes of baseball per game and have a new revenue source. And it worked because I'm there every day. So I will watch that. And plus there's this like, it's not crappy, but just like simplistic baseball game called Baseball Clash on Android. That if you're just trying to chill for a minute, like 5-10 minutes, you waiting on something, you're in a doctor's office, play a little bit of baseball on that. It's fun. It's fun. I've been playing on that a little bit. It's fun. Nothing too complicated. I don't have to like worry about building up and huge tutorials and all that other stuff. It's like, no, man, I'm just gonna get these players. We're gonna try to hit this ball. I'm gonna get frustrated because that change up and the fork get me every time. If I recognize it when it comes out, then we can crack that home run. But I'll sit there and I'll be like, ooh, you know what actually been getting me lately is the curve. Because the curve in that game, that dips. Anyway. All right. So. Anyway. Here we go. Last one. Do do boom, do 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 do. Yay! Summer Walker saved my life because now that song is stuck in my head and not that other one. Although that heartbreak 1-800-Heartbreak featuring Anderson .Paak, I don't know, Anderson .Paak, whatever. He's amazing because I like his I listened to his first, second album. I love him. His verse on that song 1-800-Heartbreak is one of the funniest rap verses of all time, but it's so on point. I love that verse. Anyway, let's get back to it. He been thinking about doing me better. All right, let's start recording. I really wish I could like play music on and not some AI generated BS. Because on the stream, if I could play some music without it getting like copyright struck or whatever you want to call it and just have it in the background, I don't monetize these anyway. And if I did, like 7 people watch it, so I would make a grand total of 2 cents. I don't care if I lose out on that. I'm doing this for fun anyway. So if I could just like turn this whole stream into I need to look that up. I try to do it with like cartoons and stuff like that, but there's some serious copyright stuff on that. With music, it's a little bit more like if you play it, so long as you don't play it solo and you're talking over it or whatever, they typically let you get away with it because basically it's free advertisement for them anyway. So if I could find some, Room, when he was on here, Jordan, when he would come on here for DC Worlds Collide, I could put his songs up and he would, like, they wouldn't let me monetize it. It was cool, but they never made me remove the video. I don't know. Honestly, it would be more of like it would depend on the day. It might be a good, like, low-key R&B vibe. Like, right now, I want to play Summer Walker on there. And what it would be was just, like, some good low-key music in the background while we talking. That's it. Just to establish a little vibe. One time it might be Summer Walker, next time it might be Jid, next time, you know what I mean? Like, that was such a bummer too, because Spike, it was SWAT Kats. It was SWAT Kats. What money is SWAT Kats really pulling in 2026? that they got to shut it down. That $10 a month y'all making because somebody decided to buy the, come on. And you shut it down. All you had to do was be like, we're not going to let you monetize it. I don't okay. It was going to be me and 10 peoples. Tops. So what? Me talking over SWATcast was too dangerous to the copyright of SWATcast, the trademark of SWATcast, that y'all were going to lose, what, millions? Y'all act like I had early access to Spider-Man Brand New Day and I was running it out there shutting down my stream like I'm doing something. SWATcast is 30-something years old. Ain't nobody thought about SWATcast but us in 25 years. And y'all trying to... That had me so like... It wasn't even I was heated. I was just disappointed, man. It was like... Marvel Strike Force Spider-Man Rebirth. Nope. I skipped out. I officially uninstalled Marvel Strike Force like a month ago. I stopped playing it like 2 months ago or whatever when they tried to make that buy Angel, buy Elite Storm BS or whatever that was. That pass that was like, I was tempted to buy a battle pass for like $20 and come to find out they upped the price to like 60 or some BS. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't even keep up with the game like I used to. It was a habit more than anything. So I just stopped logging in one day. And then something else happened. It was like Venom or I can't remember what it was. And I was like, why is this still on my phone? Let me uninstall this. So I hadn't played Marvel Strike Force in a little minute. But I heard that there's a new Spider-Man rework coming out. I heard there's a massive Hulk rework coming out, so more power to them. But like, they really, really, really pushed me away from that game. And I'm not a content creator for it. I signed up to be to part of their Envoy thing like 2 years ago, and just wasn't feeling it for myself. They were super nice. They were super sweet. Scopely was like really, really cool with me. I just wasn't feeling the vibe. I just felt like there were too many content creators and I couldn't create something that was my own. I would just regurgitate everything that was around. So I was like, no, not for me. But they were super nice to me. I cannot remember that woman's name, but she was nice when she's contacted me about being a content creator for their channel. So like she was really, really nice. Everything was cool. I just couldn't do it. But lately, like for every one nice thing they do, there's another thing where it's like, give us your money. And I'm like, oh, God, okay. You know what? Nah. If y'all gonna turn into Raid Shadow Legends, I can already chuck the deuce. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. And they really could turn themselves into Raid Shadow Legends and just gouge people's pockets because it's a game that's been established for 8 years. Is it already out? Yeah, well. But see what I mean? It got so bad. Like I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. If I had to. Oh wait, this might be true. Is Spider-Man on my top 5 superheroes list? Batman's number 1, easy. Wolverine's on there. I don't know if the Wolverine's number 2, but he's damn sure on there. Election Day, that book, very good. Okay. Vary's a stretch. Good. Daredevil. Daredevil might have been put on there because of the TV series. There was a comic book that I have not been able to find since. It had this like watercolor style to it. I have not been able to find it. A friend of mine let me borrow that volume of Daredevil, and that made me fall in love with Daredevil like in 2000 and I was in college. So I graduated in 2002, so like 2002, no, 2004, 2005. And it was like a couple years old at that point. The artwork on it was on point. The story I loved. And ever since then, like 10 years later, when I actually had money and a job to go buy my own, I've been looking for them and I can't find it. I cannot find it. Not online, not nowhere. And it's mostly because I can't remember the name. I'm sure if I remember the name, I'd find it immediately. Yeah, I guess Spider-Man is in my top 10 or top 5. Only ones I can think of definitively that like off the top of my head are Wolverine, Batman, and Spider-Man. Because truth be told, The other two, like, and Daredevil. We'll give him that 4. It was called Man Without Fear, but they have multiple Man Without Fear. That was the thing. They had one that was in that very not block muscle style, but it was like hard. I can see the style in my head. And there was an artist that was floating around who did artwork for both Batman and Marvel, and his style was very clean and crisp and like not bright colors in the sense of like he was making it overly bright, but it were very defined colors and defined lines. This one was it was very much a watercolor style. I'm designing a comic book now, like a graphic novel now, that has a similar style to it, and it was inspired by that and the Dracula comic book that they came out with not too long ago. Um, and it was this like, you might be right though, and maybe it's just I need to keep looking through different man. You might be right, and I might have just not. Let me check real quick. But I'm pretty sure it was Man Without Fear. But that's what I was looking up before and I couldn't find it. But then again, to be fair, the last time I looked for it, it was a minute ago. It was a while ago the last time I looked for Man Without Fear. Because I would buy that right now, and that's my, well, weekend. That's, my Saturday morning. It didn't take a whole weekend to read it. Y'all know damn well I was looking for a book, not an app. What are we doing? Joe, what are we doing, dog? Beth Ann, I see you sending me messages. I'm working. All right. Man Without Fear. Yeah, see, so like 93 sounds right though. 93 sounds right though. Let me see what this free sample working with. Yeah, I know how to read a comic book on my phone. Yeah, see, there's this one, and that's what I mean by this style, where it was like a very like defined line. That's great to put on a camera, right? It's a very like defined line style, but maybe I got fooled by the cover. Yeah, and then this was the yeah, this is the font like this is a very early 90s, like back when they were doing the X-Men style of comic, back when they were doing the X-Men, where the shadows were lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, love my artwork. Um, so the line, this isn't the other style I was talking about. That was like a very early 2000s style, but like right in the late 90s, early 2000s style. This is the style that was like transitioning from like that 80s style, like Watchmen kind of, I don't want to say dirty, but like dirty art style where the lines and everything were very, very defined when it came to the shadows. Like they were lined shadows, dots on stuff. And that was very 80s to me, at least. I'm sure there's like technical terms or technical words for this and everything else. And I'm just messing it up. But like that 80s style of comic books, think Watchmen, that graphic novel. And then this Man Without Fear was transitioning from that like 80s style, Watchmen style, to the mid 90s style, and not the Batman adventure, Superman adventure style that was more like cartoony, but the more like I'm trying to think of another comic that had it. But it's that transition in the middle where they were mixing the 80s and the mid to late 90s, like where they were making that transition to where it was going to go to. So, not that. Hold up. Get out of here. Might be Man Without Fear Volume 4 Underboss. It was part of the Underboss sounds familiar as hell, bro. Why are they not? This is the other problem too. I shouldn't be searching this on Google Play Books or whatever. Volume 4. Yeah, see, I shouldn't be searching it on. Now they've given me Secrets of Midnight, a Regency Enemies. This is like a YA novel about a woman being stalked. Like that ain't it. Then Daredevil Masterworks, no. I'll have to look it up later. I'm sure this is riveting streaming content, but the death of Daredevil, it wasn't that. The death of Daredevil, spoiler alert. Although I will say this, and I mean, it's not like I have any inside information. Y'all know I'm right there with y'all. They may be headed towards Wolverine Origins. God level book. The first volume of Wolverine Origins was a God level comic. Like that was so good. Damn, that was good. And that was one of the comics where I was so happy that I didn't read it until all the issues were out and I could get the full volume. Wolverine Origins was so on time, man. That was so on time. I can't even tell you. Well, if you want to wake me up, let's talk about comic books. Daredevil yellow. I never liked his yellow suit. Volume 3 might be it. This is looking familiar. Volume 3 might be it. It might not be Volume 4, or maybe Volume 3 and 4 had the same artist. I think this was it. Yeah. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. It was this kind of art style, right? God, I hope y'all can see it. It was this kind of art style, but then when I go to the comic, this is that mid-90s, early 2000s style that I was talking about. So the one that was before that, volume 1, was the transition period where it was coming from the 80s into this style of like the hardline stuff, which was the kind of style that I like to draw. When I was a kid growing up. Wait, but then they changed what? Oh no. Oh no. I screwed up. I think that is it. Because whenever you see the sample, oh, I did screw up. I think this is it. Appreciate y'all. I think this is it. Volume 3 and Volume 4. Man, it's going to make me cry. I'm so happy. I got to, hold up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Because this is like a dream, and it says wake up, because that is that style. That was the style that was like popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s. But then when you go over past it, it goes into that watercolor style. Let me make sure, because it's just a free sample. I ain't bought this yet. But now page after page after page, it's that watercolor style. That's it. Well, about to curse. No, I'm so fucking happy right now. I'll say it. I don't care. I'm so fucking happy right now. Y'all know I don't even curse. That's how happy I am right now. Bruh, I love y'all. Man, hold up. I bookmarked this right now. I'm buying this today. Okay, hold up. Let me do this. I got to do the Elizabeth thing. Love y'all. That made my fucking day right there. And then this is the one too. Volume 4, Man Without Fear. That is what is up. I love y'all. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do some kind of giveaway. Man, that made me happy. Y'all don't even know. Man Without Fear. Yeah. Volume 4. Do the free sample of that one. That just made my fucking day. Yep. Volume 4. Holla at your boy. Yep. Because it's that. That's the image I remember the most. Yeah. So I'm yelling all up in the microphone. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. What's up, Lil Mac? Yes. That's what's up. That is what I'm like. I can literally, because I'm reading it in college, right? I can literally see this, and it made me start smelling my old apartment in college. Not in like some kind of gross way. I wasn't like that, but like I could smell like sitting on that old ass furnished apartment couch and reading this comic book and being like, this is groundbreaking. Man, I appreciate y'all so much. Damn, I appreciate y'all so much. That just okay. Let me do this Elizabeth thing. All right. Man, thank y'all so much. That made my fucking day, dog. Sorry for cursing so much if anybody listens to this and listens to me because I don't curse, but this made me too happy. That made my day. It's definitely gonna be a part of the Marvel line. They had grittier art style compared to the other. So was the like okay, but see the thing is I tried Max. I tried the Max comics. Um I didn't like them. And I even heard Stan Lee come out and be like, Max is all like Punisher and Deadpool were already violent. Why were you trying to? It got so quote unquote violent that it was like all y'all wanted to do was just put red on paper. Yeah, Punisher took another look. Yeah. Man, if I had that T-shirt, that thing would have been already holed up and eaten through. Sleep in that T-shirt, go to work in that T-shirt, dates on that in that T-shirt. You don't even know. Yep, I got Liz. We're on the last guide for her. I'm gonna do this now, and then I'm gonna sign off. But man, that just made my damn day. Telling you, oh, that made me so happy. Okay. All right. Let me do this. That made my day. Y'all don't even know. I'm so happy right now. Appreciate you. Y'all feel good about making me that happy because I'm so happy right now. Thank you for like actually graphic novel. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Is there a way we can support you? Oh, I see that. No, I haven't tried Magic Pop yet. That's gonna be a tonight problem. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow. I am not actually gonna put out that graphic novel. I do make short stories and stuff, and I did, and I'm starting volume 3 of my short stories. Because I wanted to find an artist for the comic book, right? And I could not find one that would be like anybody I would contact, oh yeah, we'll do it. And then they never get back to you on it. And so then I got fed up and I started doing like the art on AI. But I told myself if I did the art on AI that I will never sell it because I don't like, and I mean, maybe this is a thing, and maybe I'll talk to somebody about it. I don't know. But I don't like AI taking the jobs of artists, right? So like that Pennywise music video I was telling you guys about, I'm okay with that guy doing that because he wrote the lyrics and then doing all that work for the videos and stuff, the prompts and everything, that is a lot of work. I will say this, that video was very well done. However, I could also see where he's a chef, he's a cook, right? He doesn't have enough money to pay for a high produced video. So he took his hard work and his passion and he put it into this thing and he made it. He wrote the lyrics and he wanted to make a video for it. And as opposed to, he would never have had the budget to make it. Facts. So he put it out there and I appreciate the fact that he did, especially since knowing the way the world works, that video and the lyrics, nobody would have ever greenlit that. He would have spent 10 years trying to get that video made because a bunch of stupid ass executives that canceled Firefly, Family Guy, Almost Human, and every other good ass thing that gets put out there wouldn't have accepted it because they would have been like, a rap music video with Pennywise, why would we do that? And them dumbasses would have missed out on a lot of money. So he did it himself, right? With the graphic novel thing, if I could find an artist and if I could save up the money, it wouldn't have been insane for me to get enough of a budget up to have that actually created, right? It's one of those, like, it's a hobby like YouTube, it's a hobby like coding. It's another one of my hobbies where it's like it's a side hustle. It's fun. It's for me to get my passion, my creativity out there, like out of me, not out there, but like out of me. So then when I figured out I could do some of the artwork on AI, I was like, okay, cool. It looks good. It looks amazing, but I don't want to sell it because it feels like I draw and I paint. Just I don't have the time to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not going to be as good as anybody who's professional. So I would feel guilty like making money off of an AI generated comic book, even though the comic book is based off of a book and short stories that I wrote like 10, damn near 15 years ago, actually. I don't know. I just feel guilty about like selling it. And it would be like the book itself, I wrote it's like a collection of 10 short stories. And so you didn't disrespect by saying comic book. It would have been like issue 1, story 1, and it would have gone like that. So I don't know how many pages that is. I wouldn't have done anything like within the realm of like technicalities to put together, but I don't know. I'm doing that more for me. And truth be told, if I ever do like finish it up for you guys who are like in here, if I ever do, because I'm just like working on it for fun, I would just give it to you. Like the book itself is on sale for like 99 cents online. I haven't even checked if it sold anything. I told myself that once I got to a certain point with certain amounts of money, I'd finish volume 3 of that series. I would take it to a proper editor and then like put some money behind that book and promote the book, right? And actually do something with it for real. But I got to finish volume 3 in order to do that. Can you adapt it into a book instead of the art? Well, no, I'm saying it's already a book. Like I've already written the book. The book has been out since 2011. So it's just a collection of short stories. I've written 2 volumes of it called Bruce Howard. You can go check it out if you want to. Let me know if you guys do. I'll give you a promo code and then you can read the short stories. It's fine. I'm not going to make you guys pay 99 cents for a book. That's whatever. So it's already been written out as a book. It's already sold some stuff, whatever. I even had like hard copies made and everything. And my friends who bought it, I sold signed copies for them. It sold some books to other people. Everyone seemed to like it for what it was. It does need to be edited. I do need an editor for it, but like, it makes you wish you could read it, check it out. Well, what you could do is have a computer read it to you, audiobook style. But yeah, it's out there. I'm really proud that I did it. I love it. I've had a hard time writing volume 3 because I had to do something like very, very difficult at the end of volume 2. It was weird, but there's a character that I had to kill in volume 2, and I loved that character. I love that character, and I had to kill him. And so like it really with me a little bit, and so I've been holding off like writing it. It's been 10 years since I wrote that volume 2. And so it took me like a little while. Now I'm back into it. I've written like the first like 5 chapters of it, just haphazardly, having fun with it, not really like focused on it. And the graphic novel itself, designing it, was a way for me to also go back and read like the first book and the second book again and reimagine everything so that I can get like the volume 3 on point. But yeah, if I ever do like finish that comic, hell, maybe this will be motivation for me to do more images. If it's all AI generated art, I don't feel right selling that. So if you guys are like on my Discord or something, I'll just get it to you. Not trying to shade anyone. I can't stand the term graphic novel in the norm now. It's started with comic books and it's not a dirty word. It's not a dirty word. It's not. I don't think graphic novel is either, but Geek Sensei was trying to be respectful of what I was saying, and you weren't disrespectful at all. So I appreciate you trying to be respectful. But to me, like, comic books are art. That's not disrespectful at all. Like if you can make like one of the best moments of a lot of our childhoods was sitting up in bed or on a couch or outside in a park reading a comic book. And if you create a comic book that brings kids and adults joy, then how in the hell is that a dirty word? You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you trying to be respectful. Sensei, I appreciate you trying to be respectful, but I agree with Spike. Comic book isn't a dirty word. Comic book is not a dirty word. You know how, like, please. You know how much work they put into those comics and stuff? No, that's not a dirty word at all. Full of respect. Because I'll tell you what, some of my best memories are like my grandma taking me to a comic book store. Here you go, $5. What? I'm headed straight to that $1 bucket. That box that had $1 comics in it. And then the comic book owner's like, okay, well, you know what? You can go ahead and get 2 for $1. What? Dive into that box. If I could live in that box, I'd live in that box. You kidding me? Grandmama. This one costs $3. Can I get it? You can go ahead and get it. It's fine. I love you, grandmama. Mama. They got this comic book over here. What is it? It better not be too violent. It's not. Just don't look at it. See, it's just a green dragon on the cover. Never mind that his name is Savage Dragon and that there's a half naked lady in the pages. Don't look in the pages. Just look at it. It's a dragon wearing a police uniform. That can't be that bad, right? Never mind the fact that he died and went to hell. And you had an image of God fighting the devil on the. No, but I see people avoid saying comic like it's a plague. They always use graphic novel like it makes them seem classier or something. Just rubs me the wrong way. No. I feel you, Spike. I feel you too. That's what I mean though. Like to me, if you want to call it a graphic novel and that's how you identify it as, cool, fine. But to me personally, comic book will never be a dirty word. That'll never be like some of my best memories from kid up. That was the thing. And shout out to my mom and my grandma for giving me as much money as they did when we didn't have a lot of money to begin with to get me comic books. Because, man, I stacked them. Everything from Sonic the Hedgehog and Batman Adventures to Savage Dragon, Spawn. I even had like first editions nailed on my wall from, what was it, Generation X to Rogue and Gambit with them little side spinoffs and everything else. So I understand. I hear you, Spike. I understand that being a thing. It doesn't bother me as much as you do, but it's because I never thought of, put it this way, I never thought of people using comic book as a bad word. I always thought it was like the difference between like a novella and a novel. Like I've written a novella and I've written a novel. And a novella is just like a book that's under 150 pages or something. And then a novel is a book that's like over 250. And then an epic novel is something that's over 1,000 or over 750 or something. It's just like different lengths. I always thought that it was like a comic book is one that's like 30 pages. What's up, Strand? A comic book is one that's like 30 pages or something, or like less than 30 pages. And then a graphic novel is something that is north of 100. And then a volume is multiple issues put together. That's what I thought it was. If it's seen as like a dirty word, that I don't know what the hell is wrong with them people. I just thought, like, that's a volume. That's a volume. I don't have any graphic novels up there. They must be in my storage. But you know what I mean? Like, I never thought of it as like I just thought it was like a length thing. I've written, you know what I mean? I don't know. No, it's okay. Spike is a little bit too cool sometimes anyway. We can poke at Spike every once in a while. He's a little bit too cool for us. All right. Let me do this Elizabeth thing because I was gonna leave, but now I gotta kind of step it up so I get to basketball. Okay, so Elizabeth, this is a fun conversation, and thank you guys again for helping me figure out what that Daredevil comic was. That made my day right there. That made me so happy. I appreciate y'all so much, for real. All right. I got goosebumps. That's how much it means to me. That's how much finding that comic means to me. Years. Now, granted, the last time I looked was like a decade ago, so, or maybe like 5-6 years ago. Every once in a while, I'll remember it and try to find it again. And my dumb ass probably saw it, flipped through, saw the first few pages were like that 90s art style, and was like, oh, this ain't it. And then closed the damn thing and kept it pushing. ADHD is a bitch, man. All right, here we go. Appreciate y'all. I wanted to do we won't do that. But I guess this could be a little bit of motivation to try to get like issue 1 of Bruce Howard just out, like a comic book, and it can just be for the Discord or something. But I can't make that promise because your boy's been busy lately. But I'll think on it. Let me think on it if I can find some time to do something. All right, here we go. I've completely forgot everything I was going to do. All right, so we're going to start recording. Coming in 3, 2. Elizabeth is broked. At least the grimoire is. She supplies so many heals with her grimoire. And on top of that, she is, already, I want to say tops in terms of burst building. We don't care about the staff. That wind staff doesn't do a damn thing for us, but she is, and it sounds stupid to say with every new character, honestly, but she's like one of the best in the game already. She's the perfect support, the perfect healer. Let's get to the video. All right, coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins origin video. In this video, my stream is the best. Shout out to Geek Sensei, shout out to Spike, shout out to, Stefan got in here a little bit late and he gonna take some of their glory, but we still got you, we still got you. Shout out to OPSHN, shout out to Big Sweet, sub Big Sweet. I'm giving a shout out Ibrahim, although I think he's falling off by now. Shout out to Real General Prince. They have helped me figure out and find a comic book that I've been looking for like years. Primarily Spike and Sensei. But like they helped me find a comic book like that I've been looking for years, and I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy. I have the best like viewers. Like I got the best. I got the best. Anyway. Let's get into Elizabeth while I'm over here all emotional, being thankful for my folks who watch me. I appreciate y'all. Anyway, so Elizabeth, very good. Very good. In terms of healer, slightly busted. She heals on another level. A level so high that when I did her weapons video, so check out the weapons guide. There are 3 videos about her weapons. That when I did her weapons guide, I put out caution because she's such a good healer that it could be dangerous and you might overextend yourself and put yourself in a bad situation because you know that she's going to come through heavy with heals. So that's kind of like a warning. She's so good that she might make you change your strategy and kind of mess you up. All right. So just a fair warning that that's how good she is. Going into her hero profile, Elizabeth is the 3rd princess of the Kingdom of Leones, who set out from the castle alone to save her kingdom in its hour of crisis. Driven by her desire to protect those she holds dear, she slowly awakens to the divine magic of the goddess, a power she never knew she possessed. So, giving you a breakdown of the weapons themselves. And if you want, like I said, if you want more details, I have 3 videos that go straight up that go like in detail of each one and then shows you the videos of how I'm using them. For the grimoire, as I said, it's kind of stupid just to like put it out there, but it is just the best healing. It's the best healing weapon that you're going to see. Period. Nobody heals the way that she does. What I have done, and I'll get into the armor later because her armor that I have set up is actually geared towards her heals. Sorry, but I do gear her weapon, her armor towards the heals because I feel as though, despite the fact that I love playing with the earth element the most and building that team the most just for what it is, and I'm going to use her heavy in that team, she's best at healing. So there's not much to say. It's a very easy rotation. You put her out there in the middle of the field after you've gotten down to like 50% health, and then she heals you back up quite literally almost faster than you can tag in your next character. That is that good. The staff, I don't know if it's good or not, and this could be because of my roster. So if you guys have any commentary on it, please hit me up in the comment section. And guys, please read the comment section in case anybody's like, yo, he's wrong about the wind, about the staff and the wind element. Basically, I was able to use it to defeat Galen when I was building a team with Elaine, Clotho as the sub DPS. Elaine is the primary DPS. She's adding the support. The problem that I had was that Elaine is my support for like barrier. That's the primary use I have for her. Barrier is basically giving me 2 HP bars, right? Not really, but you know what I'm saying. It gives me extra quote unquote health. Clotho is my favorite healer, or she was until Elizabeth came out with the rune wards. She's up here taking the spot of a raw sub DPS. Elizabeth, best healer in the game. But in this scenario, I'm using her as a support. And even though you get a 30% heal once you fall below, I think it is 10%, that's not enough if you need like more constant heals. I guess Tiore would be a good healer, but given what I just explained, the characters that I use to typically heal, which Diane would be included in that, but then why am I carrying 2 sub DPS if I'm using Clotho? I don't have any like heal support. So it doesn't leave much room for error. Tiore will probably be the one that people would put in. I don't have her built that way. So she might be the solution to the heal side of things. But for the amount of damage that is not done by Elaine, or if you're using Clotho as that primary DPS and instead switching over Elaine to back to a barrier and then using Tiore for heals, Clotho, though I love Clotho and I do really like how she does her damage with wind, there's a huge flaw in that when you're going into boss challenges with a boss that, I don't know, moves. Because what she does with what Clotho does with her, I think it's called dimensional rift. What she does with that is create this like sphere that is there. It stays there. So then the second you try to hit Gallon with that, he jumps up and he's over there now. But you built the thing here. But he's over there. So like the Wind team itself, until they come out with a better Wind DPS character, I don't see me using it that much, if at all. So that's easily my third favorite weapon. Then you have basically the wand. She is so good at building up that burst gauge, especially initially. She does an amazing job of building up the burst gauge. This is the only time, and not only time, but one of the only times where I'm going to say it might be good to have 2 sub DPS. You could try for it. Run Diane and run Elizabeth, because Elizabeth, the way she hits that burst gauge, she's giving you like 80% of the burst gauge off rip. Then you could drop in Diane and finish everything off in terms of building up that burst gauge, and then pull in your Meliodas to rip through it if you wanted to. Well, 5 more taps while the burst gauge is active so you can get a shield up, and then drop in Meliodas. The team that I was using with her, Elaine for the barrier, Diane for the primary with the axe, the primary damage dealer, and then sub DPS, Elizabeth, obviously, and then King for the support to add damage and everything else. So I love playing with the Earth team. It's so much fun. But if I'm being real, the best weapon for her, or the best weapon use, however you want to put it, is the Grimoire. Now, when it comes to the armor, and this I'm going to have to go through, I only got to build this one piece, and it is very clearly for, and I really looked up here when I got level 3, like adjusting it. Increases crit damage of all allied heroes. Wind attacks dealt to the enemies with weathering by 42%. The hero's attack increases by 20% for 20 seconds when using a tag. Switching to another hero while the effect is active removes the effect. If the switched hero is a wind element hero, crit chance increases by 20%. Buff duration efficiency increases by 30% for 40 seconds. This all sounds good for if I'm going to use her staff, but I'm not gonna. So I got it because that is what I had the pieces to build. However, what I am looking for now, I just need to find another brilliant seal, which hopefully I'll get one of those very soon. But let's just go ahead and plop over here to her other. Oh, yeah, that's Elizabeth. All right. Let's go ahead and pop over to the other. Decreases the target's all element resistance by 12% and for 20 seconds. When an allied hero attacks an enemy affected by splash around. Each time the hero gains hot, all allied heroes crit damage increases by 24% for 20 seconds. So I'm building that up next. Issue is I got to get the boots in the chest plate. That's fine. That's going to happen with no problem. I'm building that up next. But truth be told, the way that she performs with the heals, I'm not having her out there much longer anyway. So to me, it's not a massive issue which set of armor I have so long as she can protect herself. This is not really giving us that much or anything in terms of healing. So whatever armor she's running under, whether it's this one or the other, I don't really care. So long as it's got enough defense to keep me alive, right? So for me, overall, I really, 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 really love Elizabeth. I think she is an incredible support. She's the best healer in the game. It's not even close. Um, so much so that I think she might be broken. The disappointing thing to me is that I can't run her as a healer and as Earth using the wand. I can't do both. That's the one disappointing thing for me. Her wind weapon, it is disappointing, but I don't even blame her for that because I can't. And again, put in the comment section if I'm just missing out on something. I can't build the proper team around her to make it worth it to use the staff. So let me know in the section below. But so far, A plus, S tier, whatever you want to call it, she is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Daredevil Man Without Fear, volumes 3 and 4. That's going to be my weekend. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay, so it's all good. It just annoys me how when I was a kid, comics were for nerds and losers, but now they are popular, yada, yada. I'm starting to rant again. Hey, but yo, what's wrong with being a nerd? I'll be that. I'll be that. I'll be a nerd. I claim nerd all the time. That's the set I claim. Nerd. Sup? Oh, that's the set I claim. I claim nerd, dog. I've been claiming nerd. I'm not a geek. I'm not a dork. I'm a nerd. Straight up. And all those things do have different definitions. Anyway, so guys, I gotta run actually. But this has been fun. I appreciate you guys so much for helping me out. Tomorrow I will try to stream and might stream earlier. We'll see how it goes. I did do the 3.5 hours, didn't I? Tomorrow will be Bleach Soul Resonance, and I'm gonna go for a Ulquiorra. I just need to get his weapon stamp. I'm praying. Thank Ops. I'm praying that I get his weapon stamp tomorrow. And then I can do the Bleach Soul Resonance, Ulquiorra video. If not, I'll do it either way. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. It's been so much fun. Y'all have made my fucking day. I appreciate you so much. Y'all have a good one. And hopefully somebody makes your day too. Sending out good vibes. Sending it. Y'all have a good day too.